Okay, I think I'm just about ready to get started. So, I didn't do too much in between then and now. Honestly, I mostly just stayed in place, but I did take a preview at one of the harder bosses of the game to see if we were ready for them, and I will probably never have this luck again. I'm kind of sad I didn't do this on stream, but I did beat the bonus boss one try, and I only had to fight 2 revives, so I was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. So we're definitely at a point where we could probably go to the bonus boss without too many issues. As long as we switch to our better equipment, it seemed manageable versus impossible. It looked like I was actually damaging him, which was important, because I went from doing, I think, 30 or 40 when I first tried it to like 400. It was a pretty significant difference now that we've upgraded a whole bunch of armor and all sorts of weapons. But I think for now, we're going to go ahead and complete the final dungeon, except up to the final boss, and then we're going to go and fight the bonus boss. For safety reasons, because I think I got a little lucky that I only got 2 revives. So we'll see. we'll see our stream luck, how that happens. So let's switch over. Yeah, I was really surprised. I wasn't thinking I would be able to deal with the boss, to be honest. So I was just kind of curious how far I could get in the boss fight, and the boss even hit me with Mystic Arts. And I still won, and I'm like, oh. Okay. At least I know it's doable. I do think what really helped, though, is that we ended up getting a lot more adamantine gear since when I first tried it. So, like, for example, I don't even think I changed the equipment too much when I was doing the fight. Like, just things like having the 20% damage reduction here is the difference between getting one shot or not. I mean, the boss can still technically one-shot you, because that boss is cheap, but I mean, the fact that I'm able to make any progress at all is kind of a miracle. Now I'm going to struggle to remember what the map is like. Hold on. So we were still missing 2 chambers. That I am certain of, but I don't think we have all the orbs needed. We'll take a sneak peek here. Is this the final boss room? I was trying to get an idea by looking at this. No. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand where I'm at. Okay, that's fine. Interesting, interesting. I think that's the downside of taking breaks. You're trying to remember the labyrinthine kind of maze. You're like, which way was forward sometimes? Because, like, technically I know I'm going to end up facing a grand staircase. And if we see that grand staircase, chat, we're not going up it. We're not going to fight the boss. But we're actually not too far away. Like, there's only one real floor left, and it leads to the final boss. So we're going to gather whatever cat souls we can on our journey there. Oops. There we go. Getting used to the controller sensitivity of the steering. Hey, fine tempered powder. How nice. So I'm hoping we don't immediately go to the boss. Yeah, because I was going to say, we're missing quite a few orbs. Awesome. We're getting more treasure. I think that was the only thing I did, and that's why the save file was not exactly where we saved. It's literally just getting expedition treasure. I figured I'd spare everybody some time. Okay, there is a treasure over there. At some point, we need to fight each of these enemies. How am I doing on blast gauge? I guess is the real question. Okay, let's take an opportunity to fight something here, because we need to prep for 2 more bosses. I'd really prefer not to dangerous encounter. Thank you. Woo. Oh, it's called Fleeting Cell. It has apparently never dropped its drop since we played on stream. Wow, chat, this will be a mystery for everybody. I don't remember what this drops, but maybe we'll find out together.
It's a biggie.
I did make note of what items we're missing. We're actually not missing too many of them. Almost all of them are post-game, to be honest. I think I counted maybe 8 items between all characters we didn't have. Like, that's pretty good, chat. We did pretty good considering we fought, like, no enemies compared to, like, the first playthrough. He was stunned. I couldn't resist, chat. Yeah, hopefully we get the drop here. Oh, they actually hit the enemy in the air. That threw off my timing. Oops. Unfortunately, I don't have enough for Blast Gauge. Plus, I want to save up for the next fight. But who knows? Maybe we still got it. Did we seriously just get it?
So you can only handle small ones?
I can't break through walls.
She can't break through walls. Wow, chat, this is the first time we've... See, normally, chat, if you play through the game on the first playthrough, it gives you descriptions like these. And it explains to you, like, it gives a little short description of it. And it's helpful when you get things like the glacites and things like that. But this is actually the first time we've gotten it on stream, in general. So there we go. What is the Poodle Satchel? Refresh my memory game. It is his rank 17 item, which is for some reason above his rank... Oh, because we have it equipped. That's why it's above. Okay. I was like... We're good here. Wind power 9%, break soul up. I mean, if I'm going for melee set, this is a pretty amusing item. In terms of wind spells, though, like, other than, like, the melee spells, are there actual, like, spells that do wind element? Refresh my memory. Just Geos... Is it just... Oh, Dark Fang. Oh, no. I forgot we had... Chat, I forgot we had this. Oops. Let's assign this, chat. Are you ready for the dumbest spell in the game? We're gonna be cheesing some things out later with this. Although I actually do want Bright Shades. Let me think about what I don't want from this list. Actually, I could do something like this. This is probably fine. Actually, no. What I should do here is... Hold on, I just thought about it. I really like Bright Shade, but I'm like, I probably should make this a different button. Let's see. Oh, there's another paralysis move. Maybe I'll do something like this. Yeah, that ability is godlike, but hopefully we'll get a chance to showcase it. So we still need more meter. Let's fight this thing in the meantime. We've definitely not fought this. Mammon's Rage Earrings. What a name, chat.
Be extremely wary. Blast away the shadows of darkness.
Oh, I did not mean to do that while low on soul. Oops. I just love that ability, chat. Do you like that full screen power from Little Boy? Look at this. It's like it's such a great AoE spell. It doesn't hit many times, so it's not good for your combo count, but man, if you want to cheese some mini games later, I'm gonna go to my go-to. I like that I could block that move and then evade mid-combo. That's kind of nice. Oh, speaking of which, I need to be Velvet, because she's not going to use her meter properly. Alright, so she's now at 3 meter, which is excellent. I think everybody else is just passively gaining meter, so I don't have to worry as much about them. Yeah, the only person not max is Little Boy. And we already know Aizen and Rokuro are not a problem. Speaking of which, what are they at? Oh, Rokuro's only at 2. Oh, that's kind of annoying. We'll continue onwards for now, though. I'd prefer not to fight that guy. We've already fought him, is what I was saying. He'll give us Soothing Knife if we beat him, I guess. remembered what button the slide was. There we go.
I enter the fray. Hurricane.
Oh, I almost had enough time to combo that. So close. I did my counter. Oh, I think he tried spellcasting on me, but Rokuro kind of just ignores spellcasters, to be honest. Like, he doesn't have great magic defense, but he's got so much raw health. They can just kind of counter everything. Oh, I see little boys using insubstantiality to make sure the enemy can't do anything. Thank you, little boy. Wow, an enemy refusing to be stunned. What a weird sign. There we go. Oh, speaking of which, did I even equip... Oh, I did equip my favorite move. Hold on, chat. I don't think I showed it off. Oh, I don't have quite enough to loop it yet. We're close. It just kind of loops into itself, and it makes no sense. Like, that ability is just so unfair.
I thought we were done for.
So I hope you saw that double juggle him. He could not get out of that, by the way. That's guaranteed. And it's like huge AoE. You could potentially just wipe whole encounters with that. So that's why I usually prefer Rokuro to have the SG cost down on him in particular, just because I love spamming that move. Like, I don't need it if I'm playing Hurricane Thrust style of Rokuro, but if I'm actually using his hidden art damage, it's very amusing to do. Oh hey, new enemy. We should probably fight you.
Woo.
Survivor's Garb. Well, we've already gotten those, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like one of those moves where it's like the only thing holding it back is its soul gauge cost. It's honestly like it's got such priority compared to some of his other moves, and the juggles, it lifts them in the air so they get stunned longer than normal. Because that's one thing to note too, is that the enemy can't act while they're in the air. So even if they're like a much tougher enemy, as long as you could still launch them, like you still get really consistent stun times. Oh, I got so many souls from that? Hold on, what? I got 2? So the only thing holding us back at this point from achieving godhood is literally our levels, chat. If we level, I think, to 65, we will unlock our final form of Laffy God, and then the game is over. We're so close to it. Like, we have 4 bonus bosses, technically, we could fight before the final boss. We're gonna fight definitely 3 of them. Ooh. That poor enemy, chat. Oh, I was about to miss the guard, but it already died. What a shame, chat. See, the only fluid I want to see when we get the random drops, chat, are the odorless fluid. So I think we've actually attained so much that I don't actually need to do simple mode for odorless fluid grinding. So we can thank our other playthrough for that. That skipped like a good hour of going for those items. I think I used some of it to upgrade. I think it was Pumper Upper on Aizen. It's been a little while, chat. I'm trying to remember. I think so. Let's deal with the red crystal for now. I know, Laffy set is so close to Ascension. Then we opened up a way back to the bronze chest, which I should probably do at some point. I'm just looking at Laffy set's level right now. He's 57, so if every bonus boss gives about 2 levels, he needs to fight at least... Ooh, he needs to fight at least 4 bosses, so he might not become Laffy God until the end of the game. That's a shame. So I'm gonna go back for that treasure, and then I'm gonna go... There's a point, I think... I'm sorry. I'm hitting buttons like I'm playing, Yakuza or something, but, map is not that button. So I think I have 2 choices here as to where to go. I could take the green or the red path. I'm not sure which one I should do first. I mean, well, technically the red path is easier to go back to. Oh. I was thinking about the green or the red path, and I'm like, wait a minute, I said I was gonna go get the chest. Let's go back for the chest, chat. Now, the real trick, chat, is that since it's been a while, what doors did we not open? That's the real question. We're missing, I think, Velvet and Rokuro's upgrade, I think. Definitely Velvets. Oh, no. I think we're missing Eleanor's as well. Maybe we have Rokuro's. I remember saying we'll never see it. It's slowly coming back to me, chat. Like, I'm not even kidding. Actually, let's just check. For his third art, I'm assuming I have it. Yeah. Yeah, chat. I used it 40 times, and I'm letting you know, like, 35 of those were me specifically trying to fish for it to level it up, and then I gave up. I think that's with double art usage on, too, by the way. The ability is so obnoxious to get in a casual counter. I basically have to turn off all the AI. Oh, there's an orb over there. That's good. I think we're still missing a few. Yeah, I don't think we got Velvets this playthrough. No, we haven't gotten hers yet. That one is also pretty much boss only. It will not happen in a realistic fight unless we're going for like a dark bottle dangerous encounter. Normal encounters like this stand no chance. Kind of unfair. Oh, here's the other orb. Okay, so that's good. So technically we could go back and fight all the bosses. So we have a violet orb, which is probably Velvet, and then blue is probably Eleanor. I'm half tempted to double check where those bosses are, because I really don't remember. Hey, we got a new item. We also got an expedition, which gave us 2 items worth a lot of money, so that's good. Yeah, this is a new item. Oh my gosh. If only, chat, this was pure attack and not focus. Oh yeah, look how bad Rokuro's focus is. Chat, this is how little I care about focus on Rokuro. Just look at his stats, chat. Like, that says it all. Do you still see him stunning in like 2 hits? Like, focus doesn't matter for stun, chat. When you play Rokuro, then you're like, oh, the game doesn't care about those kinds of things. You're like, oh, you feel enlightened afterwards. Non-elemental attack. Actually, that's a good question. What moves of his that are non-elemental do I actually use? Mirage Dance. Oh, Mowing Blade's fine. It's a cheap paralysis attack. Oh, Magma Tower all the way. Yeah, because Shooting Star's water. I was just thinking about it. He really doesn't have a lot of physical moves. Oh, I don't have Armor Crusher? Wait a minute. Why don't I have Armor Crusher? Question mark. I should probably have Armor Crusher assigned. Yeah, that's better. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, that one's actually decent. There's a lot of... Okay, so basically, chat, if you're not aware, when we get to the end of the game, almost everything ends up having, like, armored subtypes, so I want to make sure we have a lot of those abilities put away for all those anti-armors. Okay, so we can unlock another bridge. I think this is leading to the final area, which is not what I want to do. Just thinking about the fastest way to figure out where those bonus bosses are. I probably should have looked it up before the stream, because it's not like I haven't done it before. It's just more like, where in the dungeon was the door? I don't remember, unfortunately. So yeah, this looks like the final save point to me. Yeah, this leads to the question mark. We're not gonna ascend the stairs. Alright, chat. So let's try to figure out where these enemies are. One moment. I think that's the only downside to this one, is that it's just a little hard to recall where some of the bosses are. Yeah, Nomina can wait. We don't need to deal with him. Yeah, see, the problem is, like, I need a dungeon map or something, because I will recognize where it is on the map, and I can get there, but I'm like, I just don't remember offhand. Unfortunately, chat, I'm not getting what I'm looking for. Actually, this might be it. 1 second, chat. Sorry about this. Yeah, see, I have a map here, but it doesn't tell me which orb is which, so this isn't really helpful to me. That's unfortunate, chat. I was hoping I'd be able to quickly do it, but the answer is no. So, what should we do? Well, we could return to the Empyrean's throne. We'll probably do that. Let's go from the top to the, or from the bottom to the top. So we already know there's nothing of interest on this floor. I'm pretty sure we explored all of the ones that were on the next level. So I think we can scoot up a floor without any major issue. I was gonna say, this is one of the few times where if chat knows where it is, I'm okay with people telling me. Normally I don't like spoilers and things like that, but I'm like, listen, we went through the whole dungeon. It's here somewhere. I wish I could see which room the connected to the question mark, or maybe it still tells me on the map, and I just don't remember it doing so. Because we didn't activate the gate. Yeah, okay, like, here's an example. Like, I can see this is here, right? But how do I get to this? Alright, so there's 2 of them. So they're on the 2nd floor. But how do I get to them? Alright, so we have to go up higher. We'll figure it out, chat. We have a rough idea in the map where they are, but where the initial... Ooh, how to get to the teleporter is a different question. No worries, Chris. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure we went to at least one of them already. Or I could just be remembering the last playthrough. Let's see. Oh, here's an easy one. Oh, this one was easy to get to. That's fortunate. Yeah, it's like areas we've definitely been to. Do you know what I mean, chat? Like, we were definitely here before. Alright, so let's boot it up. This should be for Eleanor. And this will also help Eleanor ascend into a new tier. Ooh, interesting enemy. Look at the floating pillars. I like the fluid effect it has for its body. It's kind of nice. So we're gonna admire the boss by circling around it before we give it a fight. Is it wearing like a mask, or is that just... Or is that like the only part of its body that's still solid?
Is that a monolith?
Like the steel gauntlet it has. It might be a monolith.
We will need...
Oh, it's a miraculous mimic. Interesting. You know what? I would have figured because its arms had metal that it would have been considered armored. But... No. No. Well... True to form, chat, the boss has no physical moves. Oh, sorry, it has Blessed Drops, which is annoying. That is kind of an annoying spell, but we could get through it. Defense-wise, it's like moderate at this point. We could pretty much handle it. Amorphous Crustacean Fiend. Let's make sure we're set up properly for the boss. See, this bottom thing, chat, I feel like I stun-locked the boss with this combination on the other bonus boss. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this alone, because this actually really worked for me. I think between Binding Frost and Heaven's Wrath, I had that boss on lockdown, and I really don't want to forget that that's how I beat that other boss. I'm going to be honest, chat. So I'm going to replace a different button to deal with the boss. So we have to do Amorphous Crustacean Fiend. So we should have Amorphous. Twin Whip is kind of an annoying spell. I actually want to put it more towards the end. It doesn't seem to work on some of the bosses, which is unfortunate. Like, it should work. Oh, Gouging Spin. 9999 mastered, chat. Don't worry about that. I know how to use that one in a fight. Oh, there's our Fiend move. Oh, hey, Binding Frost. That's fine. Crustacean, Fiend. What is it weak against? Is it weak against an element? Weakness is Earth. Binding Frost, I think, covers that, actually, because it's Water and Earth, correct? Oh, so we just have their full combo. And instead of Soaring Dragon, we'll do... I don't know. Something cheap like Tearing Thorn. This is probably fun. Oh, see what I mean? Like, it just doesn't quite do what I want it to do. I might have to do... You know what I have to do, chat? I'd have to do Binding Frost, I think, first. Because I think it makes us move backwards slightly. Then we could do Gouging Spin to continue the combo. Then we could do Twin Whip into Tearing Thorn. That should be fine. Did I really get stunned mid-combo? That sucked. That actually sucked. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, that combos. I was actually about to Mystic Art there because we got everything in the combo, but I got greedy for the stun. I should have just let it rip.
You fiends have no future.
Yeah, these fiends do have no future. I agree. Wait, did he just instant get out of the stun? That sucked. Oh, it was like slightly too long of a combo. That's unfortunate. Also, this boss is already dead. That's kind of sad. Yeah, see, like, it just... Binding Frost makes us go too far. We might have to change the order of this slightly. This is what I'm talking about, chat, where some of the moves don't, like, quite flow into each other and they don't feel as good. So I might have to do something like... Gouging Spin into Twin Whip. See, this is just like... This is one of those things where if you just play with the character long enough, you figure out that kind of nuance as you go forward. Yeah, like that works for itself. Alright, we're just gonna... Next stun, we're killing the ball. Oh. Man, we're just getting unlucky with the stun. At this rate, I might as well just kill the boss normally. I'm thinking back. Oh. I thought I was still in Therian form. Well, that was a big mistake on my part. That was a big mistake on my part. I thought those Blitza drops were our allies, by the way, and I also thought I was in Therian form. That was a double failure on my part. That's kind of annoying. I'm gonna blame not being awake on that one, chat. That's unfortunate, because now I could have finished the boss had I not messed up. Because we did a lot of damage there, as you can see. Oh well. It's fine. We'll get our meter back. I'm not too concerned.
I'll finish this. You're wide open. Burn. Die or be killed.
It's fine. We'll just finish with Aizen.
Just try. Perfect mayhem.
Actually, I'm not sure if that'll do enough damage.
Now, rise, arise.
Let's not give it to Magilu.
Here it comes. Resound.
Let's not give it to Eleanor. Chad, I think we all know who needs to hit max level. I think we all know who should get that level. There we go. We know who gets this level, chat. Okay, so this boss was pretty easy. I didn't even have to do my combo properly, and we still beat the boss.
Careful not to misuse my power.
Now, the downside, unfortunately, is, again, I unfortunately died because that did hamper our grade a little bit. You can blame me for that one. That wasn't even like the boss did anything tricky. I just dumbed. So we did not learn any new moves from levels, unfortunately. But we got the final part of her ability. And even though I haven't used this a lot, this is probably my favorite third Break Soul outside of Laufey sets due to how unfair it is, or Aizen's. Honestly, it's just the dumbest thing, chat. But the problem is, like, right now, I don't think my equipment will let me show it off to you easily. So a big thing that stops you from just kind of doing the multi-break soul thing is that I'm only starting with 3 souls. So unless I get really lucky with the chance to not use the break soul, I can only use 1 break soul at the start of combat. If we were to actually get our bonuses up there, we could start with more initial souls. So if you do a setup where Eleanor has 5 or more souls, you could just end a fight in like 3 R2s into Mystic Art. Every time. It's kind of ridiculous. We'll need to fight some random enemy in order to get some blast gauge back. We don't need a lot of blast gauge, but it would be nice. And nope, I got hit immediately, which is not what I wanted to have happen. Well, time to Eisen them briefly. Did they really kill Velvet? Chat, the AI gets me sometimes. They really do. I'm like, how do you die with Velvet with like 5 souls? You really have to turn your brain off like I did earlier. Like, come on. You're killing me, AI. I'm trying to get Blast Soul. I wasn't given enough to... Okay, I barely got the Blast Gauge. I would like her to tag out for Rokuro, who's better for the AI perspective.
Looks like you're gonna be put on ice.
Alright, so we almost have everything I need to show off the 3rd break soul in the meantime. Oh, Rokuro stole the stun from us. I should have seen that coming, to be honest. Also, we just got slowed. Yeah, I don't know if I could show it off with Eleanor's current setup. I have to not get hit, and I now can no longer evade, which is kind of an annoying combination of things. Yeah, see, that's also hampering her ability to move forward. That sucks. Please, please lose slow at some point. Please. There we go. Let's show it off, chat. 1, 2, 3. Look at that attack. Oh, it's so good. There we go, chat.
I'm not a fan of long, scary things.
Oh, we got another quartz booth. That's good for us. Yeah, that stab, stab, stab adds a lot of hits to the combo counter, and a big problem with Eleanor is on large targets she cannot launch. They just naturally drop out of her combo, right? Like, you do the uppercut, you do the 2 swipes, and people with fast recovery, like bosses, can sometimes punish you on the way down, which kind of sucks. That's not necessarily true for some of the larger standard enemies, like the trees, for example, are an enemy you can't launch, but you could do a lot of hits on. But it's still an annoying part of her gameplay, and I feel like when you finally get this break soul, she feels like a real character. And as we'll see later on, the ability to quickly go through 3 break souls is really key to just instantly ending late game encounters. Alright, chat, so we're gonna have to figure out how do we get to this ring, right? So it's somewhere on the upper level you have to go down. Is it, oh, is it just the door to the right? I don't think we went to the right last time, right, chat? Maybe we just have to get back to that room. Maybe that's not too bad then. Again, I feel like the map in this game is really good up until this final dungeon, because the problem with the map is that it as good as it is to draw lines between doors on the same floor, it doesn't tell you visually when you're going from a higher floor to a lower floor where that'll put you. And in a purposely confusing maze dungeon like this, the map doesn't really work as intended. So hopefully that would be my only real map request, to be honest, for the next game. We'll see if it gets addressed though, chat. It's very minor. If they left it the same, it wouldn't make a big difference. Just that teleporting dungeons would be horrendous. This is starting to look familiar. So we basically have to go back to where I was earlier. Unfortunately, because I went the wrong way the first time when we started the session off, I now know the bottom right is where I want to be. So that's a good sign, chat. So I believe I want to take that area to the right. So like I'll enter this door, I'll get to the 3-way split, I'll go south, and then I'll make a right turn. So I think that was the only place we didn't explore. Let's speaking of which, how's our blast meter? Oh, our blast meter is garbage. We need to get into more fights. We'll fight you.
Ooh, it's a biggie. I'll help you.
Yeah, see, this is where we're kind of hampered by our equipment. Like, little boy only starting with 3 souls is like such an unfortunate statement. Look at how many souls Velvet has comparatively, because she's using her best weapon at the moment. Just silly, chat. So again, we're gonna do whatever we can to get more blast gauge. Oh, AI seems to be doing okay for once. How rare. So we're gonna go ahead and block this out for a little bit. Oh, somebody took the stun from me. That's unfortunate. So now most of our main party at least has some blast gauge. That's good. And keep in mind, even though I didn't play the other characters, they'll get roughly a blast gauge per battle. Just due to how many skills we've been using. Yes, each of them are at 3, so we could probably do a boss now. Hopefully this time I won't drop the stun combo. We'll just call that forgetting how moves work. Like, I recognize what the issue was, but I didn't quite find the right remedy for it. I'm sure there's a slightly cleaner setup for that boss. So I think what we have to do is, I think we have to take a right here. And this should take us to the other boss that we have not seen. And then after that, chat, we're gonna leave the dungeon and we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, fight the other bonus boss. I mean, we've leveled a little more than when I last did it. Oh, look at all these souls, chat. Oh, we're almost at 2,000? Wow. Chat, would you have predicted we would have come back from that devastating cat soul loss? I mean, like, this is actually not bad. I could definitely work with this post-game. We still need to spend, like, another 600 or so. I think I forgot a few cat chests. But not bad, chat. Now we're gonna unlock Velvets. So what do we have to fight for Velvet? Oh, that is a creature. Look at that. Kind of weird insect. Those wings. It's like a grub almost. Not really sure what to make of it. Is it? Oh, it's also got a faceplate on. With an Ominot seal. Nice touch. Actually, I wasn't paying attention. I feel like some of the enemies did, but did all the enemies have the Onominat seal? I know the last one did, for example.
We will need to...
Reaper's Slanderer. So this thing has no magic defense, which is unfortunate for it, really. It has a huge amount of iron stance, which is kind of obnoxious, but I'm not really scared of its stats. Now, the downside is it does not appear to have a weakness. And more annoyingly, it's resistant to physical and fire, which is like all Velvet does. I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. So, I mean, like, I guess I can do it briefly. So, let me think. One of them was Dragon, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let's double check. Fiend Crustacean. So some of this doesn't have to move. So I can make this Binding Frost into... I'm just thinking, chat. Would it make more sense to go for the dragon move? I think it makes more sense to go for Scale Crusher here. And then into Binding Frost. Something like this should be okay. Oh, just want to make sure. I think I put up myself on auto again by accident. No, I do not want to do that. Okay, chat. I blocked for like 2 seconds. How did Eleanor die? True story. That's not my fault, chat. I'm literally just like swapping characters and she's already dead. That's ridiculous. Alright, well at least we can dodge her spells. Yeah, I was gonna say, some things never change between playthroughs. Oh, we're not getting... Why are we not getting the weakness combo? Isn't Scale Crusher versus... What? Are we not... I'm so confused, chat. I'm not skipping Scale Crusher. Why is this not triggering Dragon? It's our second move. I'm definitely landing our second move. Yeah, see, it did that. Oh, it got out. That would have been the time to use it.
Better one down.
Alright, so now I just want to stun the boss. Oh, I didn't get the stun on any of that? Really? That was just unfortunate, chat. That was really unfortunate. We had the combo. Alright, let's get out of here. So I'm very low on health, which is a bit concerning. Alright, I could get a third soul from this. I want to nuke the boss. Oh, the boss is stunned. Boss is stunned. Goodbye, boss. Oh, look at that damage. Goodbye, boss.
Now, rise, arise, ascending, angel! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal, carved into flesh. Lick for pay!
Killing flash! When I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero! Thunder! Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step!
Look at that damage, chat. You know what? I could combo Eleanor into this, but we're giving it to little boy, chat. This is for you, chat. I'm purposely not using Eleanor just to give it to little boy. Look at that damage, chat.
I need to be careful not to misuse my power.
Alright, so he just got a lot of levels from that. So we just unlocked Nightmare Claw, which is not too bad. Eleanor let us down, chat. We did get earth damage reduced by 6%, which is not useful in any of the upcoming fights from my memory. But hey, at least we got it, I guess. This one adds 74 to attack, though. I think this just adding attack just makes it by default my favorite armor. just more damage, chat. More damage. So I think at this point what we need to do is we're gonna go ahead and exit the dungeon. We have nothing more to fight. We've leveled a little bit more, so we have like a safety barrier. Oh, and that reminds me, chat. There's a... I think did we do the fight on the prison island? I think we did. I think we did. Oh yeah, because I'm able to teleport here. So we definitely went here before. So what we should do is let's go to an inn, chat. And let's make sure to rest. And we're going to probably upgrade our characters. This is going to be ultra safety precaution on this boss. This boss is not pleasant to fight. So we purposely went into this boss a little late. But honestly, I feel like as soon as you get any adamantine, this fight is a lot easier. Yeah, I was trying to remember if we did the code red, but I'm pretty sure because we see the Titania Island prison, we already did it. See, I get confused because sometimes I play a little bit ahead, so I know I already fought it at least once, but we'll know almost instantly later on, so it doesn't really make a big difference. So let's go to Cat's Corner real quick. Hopefully the chests have reset. Oh, we only had 2 chests reset. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we get adamantine. Got elixir. That's not what I want. Got melon gel. That's not what I want. Okay, chat, so let's go ahead and upgrade. So what I need to do is we've been collecting a lot of these. Oh, that's a lot of money. Oh, that is a lot of money, chat. Look at that. Well, I think we have all of the money. So we've been really properly doing the expeditions. We almost got back up to 1 million. So let's take a moment to quick save and let's figure out what everybody's best weapon is because we are not messing around in this boss fight. So which one adds art percentage? Oh, maybe little boy doesn't have that one. So we'll just figure out which one adds the most magic. So it's our 869 Ember Paper. That's a shame because it has like no upgrade. Is there something that's close but we can level more easily? Not really. Ooh. I mean, we'll put it on him for now. So we're still using the thing that... Oh, we're not even getting the multiplier for adamantine bag. Oh, that's ridiculous. Chat, this is actually ridiculous. Wait a minute. Little boy hasn't even upgraded his basic ability. What? He just has that much raw magic? Uh-oh. I didn't have this when I played before. Little boy's stats are going to be a little high, chat. So we definitely have a good damage dealer this time around. Keep in mind, my physical attack power, like all my physical moves, use half of my magic score. So it's like the equivalent of adding like 100 attack at this point. Like that's just disgusting, chat. I should not be able to get that, to be honest. Let's see. What else could I get that would be good for little boy? Could make him tankier with that. Is there something else worth taking, though? That's the real question we should be asking. So Little Boy has all the stats. It's just a question of, does he have something that's more powerful that's easy to level? I feel like the answer to that is no. Do I use the gold scrap on this? Because this is a pretty useless weapon otherwise. What a shame. 30% focus after fatigue. Actually, that's not too bad. We have a lot of fatigue-causing moves. It's a shame they both require gold scrap. Like, technically, I would probably want this one for more damage. Oh, Chana, I have to make all these tough choices right before the boss. Well, we don't have to worry about Velvet. Velvet is pretty much good to go. The only thing I might want to do is... I will not have her take the thing that reduces damage. I actually want Magilu to have one of those. Actually, no. I take that back. Magilu needs the +4 because I don't really care about her defense. I want this only because if I get chipped. Yeah, because I want the +7 for the initial soul. The initial soul is more important to me than anything else here. So how do we improve Velvet? Well, we don't really need extra focus here because we're never getting a status ailment. So we just need something that SG costs down. That is actually kind of tempting. Yeah, see how we could get up to 7 maximum souls? That is also really tempting. Like, as you can see, our stats are kind of out of control at the moment. Like, just look at this, chat. Like, this is just silly. SG cost reduction is kind of important, but also the break soul loss. Mitigating that is kind of important. I don't really want the armor on the boots, but I'm more looking at the percentages. So I could go up to 7 blasts gauge, but I don't really need that. So Velvet's attack is 579. I think that's honestly not good enough. We might have to downgrade to the quartz boots. I kind of need to be over 600 attack. That much I'm certain about, if I don't want this fight to drag. We're gonna pick her best weapon. I think she's using it. Yeah, she's using it. It's pretty good. Satan's Wrath earrings. If we could get an upgrade on that, that would be a big damage increase for her. Let's see if we could do that, chat. It requires gold. We didn't get it, but she's slightly stronger. That's a shame. I think it's pretty safe to get rid of all of these items. I don't really care for the basic components. We'll get enough of those later. It's not a big deal. Let's just clear our inventory a little bit. Enemy stun duration up. What? Oh, let's keep that. So again, we're just gonna junk some of our older items. We'll have a chance to get some of these back if we really need them, but I don't think bronze is really useful for us at the moment, and I would like to just not have to look through all these items. So we're also slowly gathering quartz, which will let us get the upgrade that I'm looking for. Ooh, that one's kind of tempting to keep. But I don't think I'll use this as a weapon either. Guess I could swap it. I technically should keep the better item. So we could see, like, we're slowly getting our item usage back, which is nice. Hello, Bloodblade. Goodbye, Bloodblade. It had all these interesting abilities on it, but I'll just never use it as intended. Oh, if only we could have something... If somebody was using Feldspar, I would be so happy. We have so many of those items. So Velvet's done. Rokuro's using Amphibial. I should probably increase this, because we do use him a lot. And that +9 is just another 10% damage. So he's our backup character if we need to do a fight with him. Is this actually worth taking? Bonus versus Fiend? It won't help us in the upcoming fight. Yeah, see, this is the problem. There's so many really good there's so many good weapons that require gold, and we just don't have it. Like, we just don't have those components. Oh, hey, we can level up Velvet's Quartz Belt, which is good. Her Break Soul does a decent amount of damage. But more importantly, we get another +10, and we now have the Quartz Belt of Disaster. So she just got a little more overall damage to her kit, which is good. And we'll take that, chat. We'll take anything we could get. I think that's one of the higher attack increasers, like physical attack. And we're going to mostly be using physical attack, so it doesn't really matter. In terms of female armor, I don't have enough adamantine to do anything interesting. I could level up one of these. I don't really feel motivated. Can we level... Oh, Animalia is 50. Are we able to level one of Velvet's? Actually, what ring is Velvet using? One moment. Oh, she's using Anthro Ring. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, that also needs gold scraps. Oh. Chat, do you see what I mean? Like, this item's really good, but I don't have the components to level it. So technically, if we can level one of the weaker ones, like the Quartz Ring or like the Animalia Ring, we would actually be pretty strong. Because comparatively, like, this gives 79. Like, if we could level this enough times, it could reach like 66. What a shame. I think we just don't have enough resources. Even if I were to junk the other items, I still don't think I'd have enough resources. So we do not have enough spare quartz in order to upgrade the boots either, which is also a shame. Yeah, see, now us not grinding items is coming back to bite us. Like, I could get rid of some of these. I don't think I need all of these per se. Oh, wait, this one's pretty bad. Let me get rid of that one. That one's also pretty bad. Maybe we could get one more enhancement for Velvet, because that would make a big difference for us. Because keep in mind, every interval of 5 is a new power. So we'll get a little more focus. Plus, this boots have the chance to instantly kill a stunned foe, so this makes the casual fight a bit better. So we improved her focus slightly. Did we get anything out of that, though? Yeah, like, if we were to switch to, like, a +5 ring, we could increase our blast gauge. But to me, that's not worth it at the moment. I think it's okay where it is. So she's much stronger than where she was before. She got little stat up increases across the board. So in case I do use the mixed moves, at least the art damage is slightly higher, because we increased the belt. Ideally, I would not have to wear this item. I'd probably pick something that gave us dual stats, but... I'm sorry, was there something that added 742? Huh. Ooh, that's actually kind of tempting. I wonder if this is worth doing. Fire type damage reduced by 5%? Oh. Let's try this out, chat. If this doesn't work, we can always switch armors. So this is perfect for me. I get a little tiny bit of focus, so I get my soul gauge back faster. I don't care about armor on Velvet, as I said before. But more importantly, we broke 700 attack power. My only concern is, will we get one shot? So I'm going to switch from Elder Garden to Adamantine, which should make her tankier overall. So this should be okay. I think everybody else is using their best weapons, so there's not really too much to modify. Other than Aizen, I think. Yes, I think he was using the Quartz. So I think I just had him as a spellcaster, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's using... I think I had him set up for Finger of God, because I didn't really want to melee with him. So again, I wasn't going for magic power, per se. Yeah, I think I had him set up for pure spellcasting. Yeah, like Hyper Velocity Boots. Oh, if he could have had Kaiser Road, that would have been a big difference for us. Enemy stun duration up? Maybe. Ooh, those mithril boots though. Yeah, let's go for this, chat. We'll just magic him up. As long as their core stats are over 600, we should be fine. So as long as a stat is over 600, we should be okay. So the only one I'm really concerned about right now is poor Eleanor. Is there some way we could give her just a little more magic power? Oh, we could give her the mithril boots. We could probably do this. Otherwise, I don't even think she can hurt the boss. So I think we're in a good place, chat. Okay, so what we should do is, because I have a different amount of blast gauge now, let's go back and quickly rest, and we're gonna take on the bonus boss. So actually, I did not need to use much of our money yet. It's mostly we didn't have enough gold scrap. So we're gonna have to switch over to titles and also equipment that gives us more equipment up, essentially. So we're now a level higher overall, or 2, than where I last did this. So hopefully those minor increases in attack will carry us through this fight. So I hope you're ready, chat. This is gonna be an interesting thing. Oh, I almost made a terrible mistake. Ooh, I'm glad I caught myself on that one, because that would have made me really sad. And what we should do is we need to pick a really easy item, like the prickle boar sausage, and we need to do 1000 damage plus minus 40% damage.
It should be edible at least.
And that is really important on this fight. I don't really want to do the fight without it, because that lets us get away without using some of the super armor. Because guaranteed, we're gonna take at least 80% of our health. So that should trigger the meal pretty early. And that should make the remainder of it not too shabby. So here's the deal, chat. I need to kill this boss potentially 1 to like up to 6 times. And I need to see the Mystic Art. Now, I will not fish for the Mystic Art whatsoever. I'm going to take it very, 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 very seriously. I actually want to make sure I'm even starting as Velvet for this one. I don't want to mess around and character swap. I want to make sure we have everything set up. So I feel like Water Snake's Wake into these moves stun for a long time. What I might do instead of Searing Edge... Ooh, dare I use Moonlight Cyclone? I might actually, chat. So the deal with this boss is that this boss basically has like no hit stun. It's kind of hard to hit the boss. The boss has a really small hurt box. And he has super high priority on everything he does. So anytime this boss does a move, I'm basically gonna lose. If I see the boss attacking and I'm not blocking, I'm basically dead. So this is not a very friendly fight to do on Chaos Mode. But we'll try it, chat. We have leveled. I did this off stream and I got it in one try. I even got the Mystic Art, which surprised me. Oh, actually, speaking of which, how many revives do I have? I have 11 elixirs. That should be okay. So chat, the goal is that I will end up losing these elixirs one way or another. So if we're gonna be using them, this is the fight I'm gonna use a lot of our elixirs on. So I did not go back for the life bottle, but I am hoping I will not die more than 10 times. I would think 8 would be the ideal number.
There doesn't seem to be anybody here. Wait, what's up with that box?
The time has come for judgment and retribution!
What the? Did a Nordal just come out of that box?
Who are you?
Very well. You ought to know the name of he who consigned you to the flames of hell.
Wait. You're that Norman, right? Phoenix or whatever? Ha! No wonder those letters were so full of empty threats and blustery nonsense. Bien! This is bad. The self-styled strongest Norman of all Norman is the mastermind behind all of this!
Self-styled? I am the man among men, the strongest Norman of all Norman. I am Phoenix.
Yeah, we've covered that already.
Poor Phoenix.
So you're the one who wrote all those letters. What's your bone with me?
I merely seek to right wrongs. I recently came into possession of a letter from a sister pouring her heart out to her brother. I traced the letter back to its sender, and one day paid her a surreptitious visit. There, I found a sweet, innocent girl. Surrounding her were presents from her brother, and mountains of letters she couldn't bring herself to send.
Letters she couldn't send?
Heartfelt letters for her older brother. When I read them, my manly tears fell over the same salty stains left by hers.
What the hell is wrong with you? Who reads someone else's letter and then decides to break into their room?
I acknowledge that I am partly in the wrong. But for all that is righteous, I cannot condone you. I do this for your sister, clasping her hands in well-worn gloves as she sends prayers for her brother's safety across the wide blue sea.
Enough of this nonsense. What is it that you want?
That is a question you should be asking of yourself.
What do you mean?
Just what is it that you're communicating with the superficial scrawlings and shoddy baubles you send her?
He's trying to atone...
Don't be absurd. Which is the real you? The considerate brother who worries for his sister? Or the man who consorts with low-life scum and pirates? Why can you not at least be honest with her, pirate? She is your sister. Why can you not tell her of the life you've chosen to lead? Do you think her too weak-willed to forgive your decision? Is that what your beloved sister is to you?
I don't have to take this from you.
Fine then. Show me your power.
You asked for it.
Then it's settled. If I win, you will go visit your sister immediately. But if I lose, I will obey your every command.
Okay, chat. Can we talk about this? Like, this boss has a really high amount of armor, which is kind of annoying. The boss has a weakness of earth, which is why I wanted to make sure we had some kind of earth element in our combo. Unfortunately, type unknown means we can't benefit from our power combo, so we have to legit fight this boss for all of its stats. I want to point out a couple of things for people that have never seen the boss before. One of which is I Am a Bird and Fist of Phoenix are basically insta-kill to us. Just FYI. If we are unfortunate enough to be stunned by the foot kick, which you'll see by him kind of teleporting into the air, please notice at the bottom of the screen that he has a 1% chance to instantly defeat a foe. So your stats are irrelevant. He can just one-shot you, as I said before. So I'm expecting to get one-shot quite a few times. Now, this boss has 257,000 health, which doesn't seem too bad. But then, the boss is called Phoenix, and the boss will keep reviving, and reviving, and reviving, and reviving. So we could be fighting anywhere between 2 of his health bars, maybe a little less, to 4 or 5 times his health if we get really unlucky. I'm hoping we get moderate luck. I'm not hoping for good luck, just moderate luck. Now, our goal is to lock down this boss as much as possible while we have 3 spellcasters doing whatever it is that they want. So we already have our spellcasters assigned. I'm just bracing myself mentally for his onslaught of punches. So I have to react to what he's doing or I'm gonna die.
You're a funny one.
I immediately blocked.
I like you.
Laugh all you wish, for the last laugh will be mine!
I think I'll have you crying instead.
So we're doing a fair amount of damage, which is a good sign. We got the stun. We got the stun. I might as well go for it, chat. We're going for it.
You wronged me. Here's your
We're gonna have a lot of opportunities to get blast gauge.
with a single breath. They appear.
But you can see how little damage we're doing because we can't really get the combo on him. So we're gonna focus on getting our blast gauge up again. No, I did not get the demon form there, so I want to be very careful. I'm gonna swap out because that would have killed her. You can see blocking still did like almost half my health. It's kind of ridiculous how much damage this boss does. Oh, I actually dropped the combo there. We're gonna get our souls back. Again, we have a long uphill battle against this boss. Oh, he hit me. That was kind of bad. So again, we're gonna let Velvet get a little more health back. But you can see he's very fast, so catching him could be kind of annoying. But we got lucky. Now, they fortunately managed to paralyze him, so he'll drop his combos sometimes. So we can take advantage of that to get additional power. So you can see Magilu got hit, but we were able to take advantage of the paralysis. There we go. So actually, we really don't want to finish our combos. We want to try to get multiple stuns. if possible. Now, what's also kind of nice is about the long multi-hit moves, chat, is that if you hit 1 health during it, it will not cancel until the move finishes, which is really good for us. So I don't want to finish my combo here. I'm actually going to drop combo on purpose. Because again, we'll have multiple chances to get another stun. So you can see we're pretty effectively locking down this boss. Like, see how the boss had to wait for that move to finish to even attack? We're abusing the fact that the boss can get stunned for that long. Oh, we want to make sure we would hit this boss with another soul. There we go. Yeah, look how many souls we have with Velvet. Like, we are absolutely milking the combat. So that combination of moves does seem to work pretty well. We just have to make sure he doesn't kill other players. Unfortunately, he's being a little stubborn. So now that we have another blast gauge, we should just use it to do extra damage. Yeah, like you can see him trying to do things, but he's getting locked down pretty well. So we should see him do his next ability. Once he does this, we should be in a good position. Yeah. Wait, what? He didn't revive? Oh, come on.
The strongest.
No kidding.
Strong or not, you picked a fight with the Reaper. Time to pay the price.
Oh my gosh, chat.
What are you?
I thought so. That's why you're called the Phoenix, isn't it? Your blessing has the exact opposite effect as my curse.
So you finally noticed.
So, if Phoenix has that kind of power, then couldn't he protect your sister?
I admit defeat. I await your command.
No.
Why not?
I believe we should each steer our own ships through life's waters. I know that the life I've chosen is a selfish one. And I know that it leaves my sister lonely and sad. But it's also the only way I know how to live. If I gave you a command, it would be denying something at the very core of my being. So no, I won't do it. Except,
Yes?
if you're able, I want you to use your powers to protect my sister. Protect her from demons and malevolence. And from any dragon who may one day attack her.
A dragon? Are you serious?
This isn't an order. It's just a request.
Well then, I accept your request as your friend. But in return, I have something to ask of you.
Yeah?
I want you to write her another letter. But this time, no hiding what you're truly thinking. I'll wait as long as it takes for you to write it.
No need.
What?
I've been carrying this for so long, I'm afraid it's kind of crushed.
My friend, I swear on my honor that this letter will reach your sister, and I promise I will get her to smile once more. After all, I'm the Phoenix. With me, life rises anew from the ashes.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Then it is time I'm on my way. Come, turtles!
At your service!
Ho!
I'll deliver this package myself, even if it costs me my life!
Farewell, friend!
That Phoenix, what a guy. He doesn't back down even when he's lost.
I guess. But I liked what he had to say. See? I knew something good would come from this.
Yeah. I guess I learned something today. Never give up before you try.
So chat, this boss trolled us Oh, see, it gave us... Okay, chat, so confirmed. If we beat this boss, Laphicet becomes Laphi God. That's the only positive thing we got out of that boss fight. So that went... Like, it went well, which is the problem. Like, we actually beat him with no items and no deaths. Like, that is... We're never gonna have that happen again, chat. That is absolutely never gonna happen again. Like, he's a hard boss. I kind of steamrolled him, but that wasn't the intent. He forgot to use his other move, so oops. We have to refight him, and that's the ultimate troll. So unfortunately, we have one where we have all this grade, and... Oh, what an absolute waste. We do need to refight him. I do want to show off the art. Yeah, we got the perfect luck, which is not what I wanted. Like, normally if you're playing through the game, he's gonna be like such a pain, but just... We have to reload, chat. Like, we have to see his other abilities. Oh man, we just got trolled so hard. Well, at least the expedition's almost done. So, unfortunately... Unfortunately, we have to do that fight again. So let's save a little closer. And this is why I put a quick save here, chat, is that it is random if he does it or not. So fortunately, we could skip this cutscene. So we have to fight him again if we want to see all of his moves.
You're a funny one, Phoenix. I like you.
Laugh all you wish, for the last laugh will be mine!
I think I'll have you crying instead.
We're gonna have to unfortunately do the fight again from scratch. I apologize, chat. The boss just didn't cooperate. We beat him too well. Like, the strategy was too effective. He literally could kill no one. Oh, he got stunned at some point. How nice. Switch to Rokuro briefly. Look at that damage, chat.
You wronged me! Here's your justice!
He wronged me, chat.
Now, with a single breath, they appear! Here they come!
So I saw people online thinking that if he has a status ailment when he's killed, he'll actually not be able to revive. I wonder if that's what happened. I'm not really sure. But anyway, we could do a significant amount of damage to him. Also, I countered him, which is amusing. Oh, they killed Laphicet. What a shame. Yeah, see, this is already going worse than before. We have to keep him away from little boy. Well, there's the soul. I want some of the souls. Alright, so let's lock him down a little better. Oh! We actually hit our level 3, which is kind of rare. Whoa, look at that combo finish. We didn't get to see that last time. Well, that was very dangerous of me to do, because if he hit me there, I would have died. But it paid off. So we actually had 20 uninterrupted seconds of being in Therian form. So that's how you know it's going well, chat. So he's paralyzed at the moment, which is kind of a problem, because if that skips it again, we have to fight the boss again. So I'm hoping it wears off on him eventually. I'm gonna block to regain our soul gauge a little bit. Oh, he mystic guarded me.
Light of my glow, for I am the wings of heaven.
See, yeah, that's basically what happens. He just did 10,000 damage to us if you didn't see it, chat. He just kind of nuked us instantly. See, that's what happens if you don't lock down the boss. So now I just have to actually beat the boss. So that's good. I just have to focus on getting him to revive once, and hopefully he's able to do it. Yeah, Velvet got nuked. I got stunned into die.
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating?
I leave no regret.
Come on, really? Oh, chat, this is so trolly. Why can't I get him to trigger this? This is terrible. Chat, I'm getting trolled. It's like, this is like the worst. This is the worst. I can't get him to trigger it. Chat, I promise this is the thing. I will even show that we are definitely fighting him on Chaos. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to tell everybody to stop hitting him. I think that's what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell them to just stop attacking. Like, just please.
I like you.
Laugh all you wish, for the last laugh will be mine.
I think I'll have you crying instead. You're wide open! Die or be killed! No escape!
Oh, we're gonna try this again, chat.
I'll finish this! Tremble! Black! Good! Velvet!
So I think that's the strategy, chat. We're just gonna tell the AI to stop attacking. There's something weird going on. I don't know if it's because he's stunned or how his mechanic works, but he clearly doesn't want to show it off. And this is why we missed it in the original playthrough too, as well, I believe. What a jerk, chat. Oh, he got out of the combo. I got greedy.
I'll finish this! No escape! You're wide open! Burn! Die or be killed!
So, I mean, at least it proves that, like, if you wait until you're done with the final dungeon, you can kind of deal with him. Oh, he's gonna Mystic Art us, yeah. I didn't block that. That killed... Wait, chat. Little boy tanked that like a god. He survived that, chat. Look at that. He took, like, no damage. Little boy can't be stopped, chat. I didn't even guard that properly. He's just like, no. I'm too good. Oh my gosh, little boy. Wow. Laffy said no to the boss. That was just unfair. I don't even think he has the adamantine garment on. I don't even think he has that. Oh, they moved the enemy. That was kind of unfortunate. I really just need to stun him and not get stunned in return. Oh, well, actually, he'll revive over time. I'm not too concerned about this. Actually, we could take advantage of Aizen's souls, which is what I really wanted. So this works. This works for me, chat. But you can see, like, if it goes awry, it goes awry really quickly. So I'm gonna hope to get a stun, and then I'm just gonna unleash a blast combo on him. Or I'll just not get it for some reason. There we go. Look at that damage. Oh! Come on, little boy. We need to nuke a little demon. Get out of here.
With a single breath, they appear. Here they come. There's no
gonna make sure that they have souls, so they have better combos against this boss. And hopefully this will put him low, but not like crazy low. Good, it didn't. So we still need their assistance for the rest of this combo. Oh, little boy died. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. But at least we gave him blast gauge. That's the important thing, chat. Oh, he actually used it. Oh, little boy took the soul I was going for. Oh, we're taking these souls, though. Oh, somebody's gonna die. Oh? I actually parried that? I actually parried that successfully. How exciting, chat. Alright, so now I need to tell them to stop attacking, because we need to see what this does. So defense only. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is... Oh, this is kind of a problem. Okay, so if the boss super armors through us, chat, I can't actually combo him. This is actually a problem. Please stop super armoring through everything. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop super armoring so I can Mystic Art you. Seriously? This is obnoxious. Can we all agree, chat? Like, it's like we've beaten this boss twice, and he is just the ultimate troll. I'm trying so hard not to kill him. Alright, that should do a lot of damage. Oh. There we go.
Fall here. I refuse to. Now bear witness to the rising of the phoenix.
He nukes us. That's what I was expecting, chat. It's about time. Jeez, now I could go back to being aggressive. What a jerk, chat. We had to work so hard to fail, just enough. Chat, it is difficult to fail just enough like that. Alright, so now we just have to actually legit kill him.
Behold the arts of my ancestors! I get the style!
So he's really going for me, chat. Oh, did he Mystic Art me on that? That sucks. Oh, that double killed us. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so we got a lot of souls for Velvet at least. Wait, did my Therian swipe miss or something? Because I definitely did this into this. Oh, this is not good. I'm gonna block a little bit. Let's get some souls, chat. Goodbye, our elixirs. Yeah, so now the boss is kind of snowballing. This is the problem that normally happens when you fight the boss. Is he'll just keep getting harder and harder and harder. So now we really don't want to mess around and we just want to kill this boss. So what I want to make sure that we do is we will, again, use as many elixirs as possible. Because I don't really care about the status of them after this battle. So now I'm locking him in the corner, which is what I want to be doing. Got the stun off of him again, so I'm going to do my longer combo. Yeah, see how much better this goes? Like, if you do a really long move with Velvet, you can see the boss doesn't really have an opportunity to do much at all. So I'm gonna make sure the boss is just defense down and to just everything. Yeah, now we're having the true experience. Like, we got lucky 2 times in a row. Like, what are the odds?
You thought I'd stop there.
Look at that damage. Oh. Wow. That damage was insane, actually. Okay, there we go, chat. Oh, finally. I like how we got no grade in comparison. I'm so sorry, chat. Like, that was proof. Like, I can do that fight well on purpose. Just, I do it too well. I have to tune it down, chat, for chaos mode. So at least I proved myself, chat, that we had an official no items, no deaths run on Phoenix, and we also got no revives for some reason. But you know what? We're not going to question that. Yeah, look at the time difference, chat. When he revives, he adds like 2+ minutes like per revive. So apparently when I did the practice run, I just had the worst luck because I got him twice in a row. I've heard people get up to 4 or 5 times. I've seen him usually revive once, but apparently we got 0 revives twice in a row. So there we go. The most important thing, chat, is we now have indignation. It feels like such a shame to overwrite the other save. Like, we did so well in it, chat. It feels like such a shame. So we are kind of low on life bottles and things of that nature. Which, while I don't expect us to use oh, excuse me, I want to check the herbs. While I don't expect us to use a ton on the final boss outside of, like, mystic art usage. So I'm expecting, you know, maybe 4 deaths planned, just because there's a lot of mystic arts to see. We should probably play more cautiously. And as we'll see with a future gimmick boss, technically we don't really want our items. Now, I'm kind of torn whether or not we should try the other gimmick boss, because this one went really, really, really well. I mean, we could take a sneak peek. Honestly, it's up to chat. I think I'm not... Oh, I am allowed to teleport. I thought there was another skit. Let me double check chat, just to make sure I'm not missing some content, because that would be a very easy to miss thing. One moment as I consult my notes. Okay, so there are things I can see here. I just wanted to verify that, so we have to go to Benwick.
Phoenix is finally gone! It's okay for you to come out now, Grimoire!
He's so stuffy, as always, that he made me sweat, and I was even hiding.
Now that I think about it, neither of you showed your faces when Phoenix was here, did you?
Why wouldn't you two want to see a fellow Norman?
I guess that asks for an explanation. All right, I think I can tell you now anyway. Broadly speaking, Norman fall into 2 different categories. Dog Norman and Cat Norman.
The ones who like to be around humans, like Phoenix, are your dog types. The ones who prefer to stick around objects and places are the cat types. I've heard people say that dogs get attached to the human, and cats get attached to the home.
So, since Magulu's relied on you a lot over the years, does that make you a dog, Norman?
No, not really. My powers actually work with Miss Magulu's guardians, not Miss Magulu herself. That makes me a cat type. Though, actually, considering how I serve a witch, I'd be a cat type either way. Anyway, back on topic. Dog Norman liked to live among lots of humans in comfort and style. Cat Norman, like me and Grimoire, would rather live in forests and ruins and pass our time in idle leisure.
Some, ourselves included, don't conform with expectations, instead choosing to live as we please alongside humans.
What does this have to do with wanting to avoid Phoenix?
There's a gap between us that can't be bridged. Like the difference between sky blue and sea blue.
Come on, aren't sky blue and sea blue basically the same color?
Maybe to your untrained eye, but to those who care, there's a perceptible difference in hue, slight though it might be. Whatever it is that separates them is impossible to overcome.
I didn't realize it could be such a big deal.
Let me ask you guys this. Are pudding and custard the same?
No, definitely not. If I ordered one, I wouldn't want to be served the other.
Those still sound more or less the same to me, too.
What if I said it was like the difference between sherbet and sorbet?
Oh, yeah, there is a difference there. Although I usually can't remember which is which.
So, like the difference between a hoagie and a sub sandwich?
But those two are the same.
Anyway, you get the point now, surely. We've long had our differences, and they put us in perpetual conflict.
But what good does that do?
Actually, on that note, is Aizen's sister going to be okay with Phoenix around?
That much I wouldn't worry about. He can be obnoxiously brash and talks a lot of nonsense sometimes. But if nothing else, Phoenix has a strong sense of responsibility. Rest assured, she's in good hands. Although if you work him too hard, he'll start making speeches about uprisings and insurrections and all that stuff.
Oh no, I see Crystal in the chat is asking about hoagies. I was gonna say, I'm used to calling them hoagies from where I'm at. Hardened Pirate says, I heard about the skipper's letter. It looks like he's finally becoming a bit more honest with himself. Good for him. Velvet replies, it doesn't quite solve the Aizen puzzle though. That's as it should be. Who knows what the future will bring. We'll keep passing along the creed and one day we'll see that puzzle solved. Not sure if it'll be me or one of the whelps here or one of their grandkids, but it'll happen. Eventually, huh? Well, we should formally save, even though that was technically our worst fight. I kind of want the achievement, chat. You know, like, we could have done it better. We've proved that we could do it better, but I want to finally get the See All Mystic Arts trophy, chat. It's been a long time coming. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Let's talk to each of these people, and then I believe I need to go to the docks again. Velvet says, I'm sorry I've gotten you wrapped up in this mess, Grimoire. Just like we said when we first met, It's no matter, though. Eyes like yours spell trouble, girl, but I like them all the same. What do you have to say about this? Magista says, I think I'm beginning to understand the connection between Anominat and Therians. I'll keep you all safe, Magista. Your pride knows no bounds. You really do plan to kill the Shepherd and the strongest Empyrean, don't you? Common sense says they'll swat you like a fly. If that's how it turns out, watch over Kamawana for me. Believe me, I will. Even Anominat won't be able to harm her while I'm still around. Sounds like you've got some pride of your own. It must be catching. I'll have to warn the others. We had a little back and forth with her. That was kind of a nice characterization. Dial says, I don't know what'll happen, but if things turn ugly, we'll make sure Kamawana and the others get out safe. I must be getting soft, and I can't just drop them like my tail and run. Dial, you've never regrown your tail. These lines don't even make any sense. You've had one tail the entire game so far. Anyway, Velvet says, I'm glad we can count on you, Dial. Don't be nice to me like that. This is awkward for me. Hello, Kamawana. Don't worry about me. I have Orthy and Russ and Crocky to protect me. They speak once more. Let's go to the back docks. I know, chat. It's like such a shame. Like, that was such a good fight, and it was meaningless. Like, oh, what a heartbreaker. I mean, at least it's proof saying that I can do better. if I focus. And then I just had to continuously do worse until we were able to see the Mystic Arts. I'm just like, I have to play bad, but on purpose. Oh, Phoenix. Medical worker says I can prepare beds. Well, chat, these are going to be some of the final in-skits we're going to see for the rest of the game.
How many times do I have to tell you? You just don't get it!
You're the one who doesn't get it! You're just making a lot of trouble where there shouldn't be any, old man!
What did you just call me? Say that again, I dare you!
Both of you, shut up already! You're making so much noise that I'm tempted to devour your heads just to get some peace and quiet!
Honestly, I find it odd how you pirates, who are on the same side, are always fighting. Yet you don't hesitate to rescue shipwrecked Abbey sailors who are your enemy.
What's so hard to understand about that?
You're treating your ally like your enemy, and your enemy like your ally.
Seriously? You still have a lot to learn, apparently.
What the hell does the Abbey teach you, exorcists? You talk all about going around helping people, but you don't know the first thing about sailing.
Are you implying that the first thing about sailing is to help your enemies?
I can't explain it to the likes of you. Benwick, you explain it to our esteemed exorcist here.
Well, you see, when somebody out at sea is in trouble, we don't refer to them as allies or enemies. You might think nothing of being aboard a ship, but take a moment to think about how vast and deep the ocean is. Now imagine if you weren't on a ship, if you were out here alone. Sends chills down your spine, doesn't it?
I guess I can't argue with you there.
Out on the sea, even just a single board of driftwood can mean the difference between staying afloat and succumbing to the depths of the water. That's why even when we raid and sink a ship, we pull up anybody who took for the water, and we bring them aboard.
I know it sounds hypocritical to attack someone's ship and then rescue them out of the water, but that's just the way things are on the sea.
You pirates are an interesting bunch.
Plus, if the people we rescue end up getting another ship, we can attack them again and take all their new loot.
You don't go and kill every last prickle boar in the forest, or else you won't have any more to hunt later. It's the way of the world.
And my faith is gone.
Alright, but why were you two fighting to begin with?
Oh right, that! I remember why. Benwick here came up and started squeezing lemon juice on the perfectly fine fried chicken I just made.
Who wouldn't do that? It's normal.
The way you drench it takes away all the seasoning and complexity of flavor that I worked so hard to get right!
No way! You have to at least put that much on, or it's not worth eating at all.
Oh, forget about the chicken. Who wants to douse these two in a bucket of water instead?
Make it ice water.
One of the rare dial cutscenes, chat. Unfortunately, I think we're coming to the very last ones. That might have actually been the last one. I forget what this one's about, but I know there's the second one.
Dial, Medusa wants to use some octopus demon to make dinner tonight. Let's go catch some together.
Okay, sure. We can go as soon as I'm all done here.
Okay, but hurry!
You and Kamoana seem to have become really good friends.
Yeah, I guess she's really latched on to me.
I think it meant a lot that you protected her when we were attacked at Titania. She told me that lizards usually feel cold to touch, but that you have a warm heart deep down.
That's not me at all. I'd have run away if I had my tail back, but I'd already gotten surprised and dropped it, so what else could I do but fight?
Oh yeah, I guess you'd lost your tail, hadn't you?
Has Kamoana stopped trying to scare you after that?
It looks like it, yeah. Long enough for my tail to regrow again, at least.
Oh, it's back! I didn't see. Boo!
Ah!
Oh no, his tail!
Kamoana, sweetie. You know better than to scare Dial.
But he's being so slow! He kept me waiting too long. But... I'm sorry.
It's alright. It'll grow back again. And besides, lizard tails make the best bait for octopus demons. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Now how about we go catch us some dinner?
Yay! Let's go, Dial! Let's go!
We got to see the rare blushing dial, and then supposedly he got his tail back. Now, this one is also easy to miss from what I remember. Hold on, we have to go to one more location to set up a future fight. So we have to go back to Port Zexon now, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly. Perfect. So we have it all set up, chat. So we're doing a continuation from the story we just viewed. But we're not going to go to the boss even after viewing this skit, because technically we could go further, chat. So we haven't quite concluded our little arc with the turtles. Who could forget about the turtles, chat? I don't think I ever did this fight before post-game, to be honest, but we'll take a look.
Hiya! I got another letter for you, Eisen.
Hey, are you okay? What does it say?
I can't read it right now. One of you do it.
Okay. Dear brother, I got your letter. Not sure why it was so tattered. I'm glad that you were able to tell me how you really feel, even though it was beyond obvious by now. Your clear descriptions of the self-defense Malak arts allowed me to master them quickly, despite your terrible grammar. As weird as it feels writing this to a pirate, good luck with your work. And I know how to keep a secret. So please keep writing me letters. My life doesn't revolve around them, but I do enjoy hearing from you. I can't see the oceans you sail from my perch here on the mountain, but I'm thinking of you and praying for your safety. And I want you to know I'm doing fine.
Ah, looks like she's just as roundabout and stubborn as her brother. It must run in the family.
There's more. P.S. Thanks for the Nordals. They're not really all that cute, but I guess I like them a little bit. But ever since I got that last one, I hear this voice at night telling me I should write you and be here for you when you need to vent. It's actually rather annoying, but since the doll is a gift from you, I'll make a special exception for it. That's all.
Sounds like she's really got it together.
You know, I don't think we ever asked you her name.
Edna.
That's a pretty name.
Glad you think so. I'm the one who named her.
So we see the white turtles here. It's not doing too bad. We got conclusion with the Edna arc, but we should now be able to go to Mercio, I believe. Aha, this is what I was looking for before. Remember, chat, I was like, something wasn't here. And then I remembered, oh, I had to fight the bonus boss. I forgot they were technically linked. If we come along here, we see the white turtles again, chat. What's the white turtles doing out here?
Hello, white turtles. How's business?
Not great. Not great at all. Thanks to certain somebodies, my balances have all gone haywires. Serves me rights for counting my turtles before they hatched.
That sounds awful, I guess.
Don't feel bad. Not like it's got anything to do with us.
Certainly not. That's why today's your lucky day, because I'm throwing another big sales.
Come on, guys, you're being too mean to him. He's done so much to help us throughout our journey, hasn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, Mr. Turtles. If something's ever got you down, you can tell us. I don't know how much help we can be, but I bet even just talking about it will make you feel better.
I can't tell you how nice it feels to hear such kind words at a time like this.
Sure, fine. But what about the sale?
Right! Everything's on sale at market prices once again.
Great, thanks. Fee, give the nice turtles the smile he wants so much.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Turtles.
No, thank yous.
I think that sets up everything we need to know for the future. So we can make use of him again, but due to what we're fighting, we actually don't want to do that. Hey, he actually has new items. Oh. Well, we're going to take advantage of that, chat. During focus, add fatigue. Okay, I mean, that's just free souls, I guess. Bonus experience. That's a lot of raw attack power for Bogilu. Adamantine pendant. You know what? That one's actually not too shabby. It even has wind power up and enemy stun duration by 10%. Not bad at all, chat. So we're gonna see if there's anything else we could purchase. Oh, that's about it. Is there anything we should upgrade before considering another boss? Little boy's pretty much as strong as he's ever gonna get. I think he's fine. It's just more of a question of, do we have enough adamantine to increase our other things? The answer to that is simply no, unfortunately. We'll probably end up using the mithril boots long term. Just because, again, I don't super care about focus. So I'd rather increase our overall stats there. I could increase this one as well, but... nah, let's not worry about that. So I think that's all we have to do. I just want to do another quick save here. So before we go to here... okay, I might be missing one additional scene. But we cleared that out all the way, at least. We're gonna listen to the cat's music as I consult my notes. Poor Velvet, chat. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I know what I'm missing. I should not have teleported from there, I think. I think I made a mistake. But that's fine. Let's go back to Zexen. I believe we could get into one more conversation. I just want to check over here before we go any further. I think the issue with this one is that the specific requirements to unlock this boss are wrong online. And so I'm trying to recall from memory what else I have to do. I feel like I'm missing one skit, and that'll set up the super boss. Was there... okay. So I was right. There was one more skit. So I'll ignore whatever people post online, so that's wrong. So basically what we needed to do is we definitely have to fight Phoenix. We have to make sure to deliver the letter. We went outside of here to have it delivered, but once we speak to
It's a biggie.
the cats on the way here, I believe that'll let the other one spawn. Speaking of which... hold on, chat. Let's show this off. You ready? Here comes, chat. The best mystic art.
Cower before the gates of hell. Come forth, divine lightning. This ends now. Indignation.
Little boy is just says no to the encounter. Little boy had enough, chat.
We won, right? Right?
Hey, we got more quartz and mithril. That's good for us. Listen, little boy doesn't have time for this. So just imagine, chat, when you can just chain that. Like, you could just do whatever you want and just instant end the encounter. Because that final break soul has a pretty good range. And if it hits anybody, it leads into the mystic art. It's so unfair, chat. So we're doing pretty well in terms of cat souls. We're actually almost at 2,000, which is amazing. Now, there's a lot of items we still have to get in a Nominat's temple, but at some point, we'll probably hold that for the next session. We'll try to do an item cleanup for all of the not quite post-game items. So we'll probably be doing a more casual playthrough. Because once we beat the game, from my recollection, we should unlock a new arena specifically from beating the game. And that one has a whole bunch of different enemies in it, so it's pretty easy to get additional items in case we're missing any. I think it gives quite a lot of adamantine and mithril, if I'm not mistaken. That'll help with crafting our items. So we're gonna come over here, chat.
Hi there. If you need scratch for your trip, then look no further than Lost Cats' corner store. Meow.
What? No white turtles?
Maybe he caught a cold and decided to stay in bed and sleep.
Just the opposite, Meow. You might even say he's had an awakening, Meow. He's seen the truth of this crazy world, Meow.
What are you going on about?
Whatever it is, I'm worried about him. Then you should visit Cat's Corner, Meow. I heard there's a turtles there waiting for you guys to show up, Meow.
Cat's Corner, huh? Wonder what he's doing there.
Oh, we'll see what he's doing there, and it is not pleasant. Oh, hey, one of the items we're missing. Look how convenient that is, chat. Thank you, random cats. Another really fantastic one. See, this one's an interesting one, right, chat? Because, like, it increases attack power by a certain percentage, but it also adds a lot to magic damage. This one I'm never quite sure if it's worth using or not, but if we take a look at the random skills are pretty good. Honestly, if it wasn't poison at the bottom, but paralysis, it would have been like the perfect, more or less perfect set. So we'll take the Ray Lance. So here's the deal with the upcoming boss, chat. There is a reason we do not care about restocking our items before this boss, and we'll find out why in just a moment. Actually, before I foolishly fight this boss without full blast gauge, let's make sure we're at full blast gauge, because this is another really, really difficult boss. If we die, it is kind of over. And the reason for that, chat, is essentially we will be prohibited from using items. So we have to play basically perfectly, and also showing off both Mystic Arts without dying is not really possible without a good setup. So, like, normally to do this, if you wanted to play it in a casual playthrough, because you beat Phoenix, technically you can get revived on kill, but we need something else, chat. We need something way more consistent. We need them to keep their blast gauge on death. We need them all to keep blast gauge on death. This is not an option if we're looking to show off the other ability. Like, we could get away with it on the other boss, but absolutely not. So now we won't lose anything here, which is fine. I don't really need them for damage. I just need our main damage dealers to have what they have, and everybody else should have this. My brain is not processing which one I'm looking for. Where is it at? Dagger duration? No? Does she not have it? I mean, initial souls +1 is always kind of nice, but I'm looking for prevent. Oh, there. Oh, she just. Oh, I never swapped into her 200 times. That's awkward. That is truly awkward, chat. It's just never happened. Oops. That's why I couldn't find it. I assume we already had it. Oops. Yeah, see, we swap into Aizen all the time. There's no question about that. Alright, so we have to beat this boss with no items. Technically, we could try to use the revive spells, technically. But on this difficulty, it's really, really unlikely we'll get it to go off. Oh, we should probably also use Geo Rumble. That's also a pretty good skill. Just thinking about it. The first one we should do is try to use an item on a character that has max blast gauge that is not the protagonist. And then from there, we have to get the boss really low, and then right as we're about to win, we need to purposely get hit. And then we're gonna have to finish it with whoever survives. And that's where the challenge of this boss is. Like, if you're not looking to see both Mystic Arts, it's honestly not a super, super difficult fight, but we're gonna try to see both in one try. We'll see how it goes. It says, oh dear, Turtles with a Wounded Heart is about to start a new dark chapter of history. It'll be a time of his youth that he can never take back. I'm a bit jealous. Well, chat, welcome to one of the hardest fights of the game, outside of Phoenix, when Phoenix decides not to play nice. And this one is going to be very difficult to survive and show off our other abilities. I could not grab that herb. That herb was a bait.
Toidles in the house.
What's that song?
Toidus. Everyone loves
them Toidles. It's called The Hymn of Toidles. It's an old family song, a real blast from the past. It's a cursed song, one meant to put chills down your spines. But it's almost a waste of things to use, Pipsqueaks.
What? I don't understand a word you're saying.
You will soon enough. Trust me. You like how nice and dark this shell is?
Hold on, are you white turtles?
You've turned down a dark path.
A path that yous all sent me down?
We did?
Yeah! And now I'm gonna cook you a new one!
Cook him a new one? Why?
And not just Laphicet. I'm gonna cook yous a new one too, sister! And Rokiro and Aizen and Magalu, you guys are getting cooked too! I'm up to my shelling debts! And it's all because of yous guys and your discounts! I'm so into Reds, I got sold off to be made into turtle soup. They were dressing me up with spices and everything, planning to make a whole feast out of me.
I still don't understand a word you're saying.
I want it all's back. I want the good old days when I was young, and now my heart and shell, they's all gone dark as the soy sauce I was marinated in. Yes, now I am Dark Toidles! Because of yous, my old life is gone forevers.
What?
Behold the salty soy darkness that stews within my heart!
Oh boy, chat. This music is pretty nice. Now, the graphics he was using as well as some of his attacks, these are all references to Xillia 2. We'll see some of his abilities later on, if we decide to play Xillia 2. So things like Azure Edge is like the starting technique. Tiger Blade, you might hear from the other Tales games. Now the music is kicking in, and I'm going to show you what happens if you decide that you need to use an item for whatever reason.
We actually turned...
You know what, chat? True to form, we're going to sacrifice Eleanor. Let's see what happens if we try to use, let's say, an apple gel. Oh, nope, total recovery. What if we use Soul Bottle?
Who told you? You could use items!
How could I be so down?
So yeah, you just get one shot. Hey, Kirk. We're gonna have to now beat the boss with no items. Rest in peace, Eleanor. Can we all agree she got wrecked? She got wrecked, chat. Also, I was really concerned I messed up our cooking, but fortunately that seems to not be the case. Alright, what are his weaknesses again? Fire and water. Oh, does he have a type bonus? Oh no, he's unknown again. Okay. Actually, Scale Crusher hits all of the weaknesses. But we should probably use slightly cheaper moves than this. So if we keep to mostly water, we should be fine here. So I'm going to switch this to... Instead of Moonlight Cyclone, let's go back to Searing Edge. We're gonna have to be ultra careful. We do not want to get Mystic Guarded by this boss. Unfortunately, I realized that I put myself on auto at some point. That's okay. We're taking that soul, chat. We are not messing around with this boss. I do not want to see his... Oh, if he Mystic Guarded us, that would have been the end of Velvet, chat. Because keep in mind, we cannot revive her normally. Alright, so we're gonna attack swap a couple times.
Killing flash! When I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero! Thunder! Hurricane! Killing flash! When I'm this close, I won't miss! Form
Form Zero!
We're gonna do as much damage as we can, chat. We're not messing around with this fight. We don't want to kill him, though, because we need to see his Mystic Art. Ooh, that damage. Nasty.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step. To kill you! Howling Dragon! Leave me alone! Kaido forever!
I'll help you!
We're Kaido! To the bone!
So again, we're gonna take as many pot shots as we can. Anytime we see the enemy. Yeah, we have to be super careful, because any combo will just lead to death for us. So we're gonna very carefully, because keep in mind, if Rokuro is dead, he's dead the whole combat. And if Velvet dies, Velvet is dead the whole combat. So we're gonna play real safe. So we're gonna keep him blocking for a bit so our allies have some time to recover. That actually worked out pretty well. We're gonna end our combo here so I can keep the soul. I'm gonna power through it with our break soul and force him to block a little longer. Alright, so we're doing pretty well. So we're gonna eventually have to stop attacking him, but we're gonna do as much damage as we can in the meantime, because we want this boss fight over. Now keep in mind, Eleanor's still recovering health, so we might sacrifice her to the gods again. So either he is going to Mystic Art one of our allies, or I need to get hit as Eleanor. Either way, I'm kind of okay with either. Oh, see, we're doing too much damage. We're doing too much damage. So we are doing really well. We're going to tell everybody to stop attacking. We are over-winning again, chat. It just hurts to win this much. Okay, so we have to get hit on purpose at some point. Why is little boy still attacking? What? Okay, Eleanor's alive. Let's tag her in.
I won't hold back! Meanie!
There we go. Rest in peace, Eleanor.
Butterfly kick! Gobi! Flounder! This is my final fury! Kaido!
She tried, chat. She tried. Rest in peace, Eleanor. True to form, chat, Eleanor dies every time. A necessary sacrifice, indeed. Ooh, I almost got hit there. That would have been real bad. Die, boss.
You wronged me! Here's your justice! Fighting order!
We'll give it to little boy, chat. That's for you, chat.
My body, it feels salty yet sweet.
This is it, then.
Careful, Velvet. If you eat too much salt all at once, your blood pressure will go through the roof.
Truly, he's not a very appetizing color.
Though he does remind me of those noodles from Eastgand.
I wasn't actually going to eat him. Although we do like our flavors thick in Eastgand.
You guys just don't get it, do you? The flavor's packed in, but I'm still low in sodium. And with plenty of omega-3s, I's good for your skin, too.
More pride than sense.
It's not like I wants to tell yous all this, but I've been marinated so much. I's got no life ahead of me but to become the best stews anyone's ever tasted.
Velvet, don't make the guy cry.
How is any of this my fault?
Simmer down, Meow! Don't worry, Dark Turtles. You're not cooked yet, Meow. As long as you don't lose hope, a better tomorrow is sure to come along, Meow.
Your words are too kind. It's like more salt on my wounds.
Oh, it sounds like what you need is the cat's pajamas, Meow.
Cat's pajamas?
It's a fun place to unwind, have a few drinks with friends, and cleanse the soul of all life's problems. Yeah.
Can it really cleanse any soul? Even one as dark from soys as mine.
Where there's a will, there's a way. It's not a matter of can or can't, meow. The cat's pajamas is where go-getters can get together. And grown-ups only. You have to be 2,000 to enter, meow.
Ah, that's no good. I's just a 999-year-old juvenile.
Ah, with turtles, nobody can tell the difference anyway, meow. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's the key to getting the most out of cat's pajamas and really life as a whole. Meow. Take that to heart, and you can tell everyone you got the inner wisdom of a 9,999-year-old. Meow.
You know, I think I'm starting to feel ready to take on the world again, like I used to. I'll give this cat's pajamas a shot and see if it can cleanse my soul.
Sounds great, meow. Allow me to show you around, Dark Turtles. We'll get you set up with all sorts of nice drinks, meow.
So, what is the cat's pajamas?
Well, Eleanor?
I haven't the slightest idea.
It sounds like a good time. We should go and check it out.
Let's not. That's not a path worth going down.
After all that, I still have no idea what the point was. Maybe there wasn't one to begin with.
Oh no. I think today's events hold some significance. Just what'll become of that turtle's heart after the cleansing, though, is hard to say.
So we've all leveled. We didn't get a lot of grade because, well, obviously we used an item. Obviously. Now I'm just thinking... I think there's a unique animation you can see if you use up all of your items on the boss. I want to quickly save and just confirm that, just to show off every possible thing with this boss. But I think that went really well. See, we made sure, chat, to make sure we had the free swap, because that is very key if you're looking to get the Mystic Art and not just game over. So we had Eleanor as our pawn, and most fortunately, chat, she got the level up still. So we now have the final upgrade for Rokuro, which I will never get from using 3 Break Souls, but it is extremely powerful, so that's always nice. We already have the Accessory Expedition has returned. So let us take a look at the Hagglers real quick. I'm trying to remember where things are. I don't have to go through the library for that. Well, we have the Phoenix Glaze Slate. Virtuoso. There we go. Just the amount of gold required for enhancing equipment. So that's good for us. This saves us a lot of grinding later. So we have quite a collection going on, chat. We pretty much have all of them at this point. I think there's like one code red we're missing. And I think that's post-game, to my knowledge. I don't think we could do it right now. So what I want to make sure we do is I don't want to refight the boss, but I do want to keep our progress simultaneously. So let's make sure we have like a real save. Let's quickly go to the inn, which I know should have a save point right outside where we teleported, but we'll also make sure that we are restocked and all set up for actual combat. So we do not need to keep them on the Superboy thing. It's fine. Like, it's better for them to get like stun duration up and things like that. Like, increase stagger time of spells. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to be doing. Also, the fact that she's super granny is a little strange, but I guess she is quite old. Just doesn't usually come up too often. So let's increase her spell damage and reduce her spellcasting time, and we'll do very similar things for defeated enemies with combo. Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't technically ended with like a 40 hit combo. So this one is actually kind of annoying to level, chat. You cannot end your combo with the Mystic Art or it doesn't count towards Combo Artist. It took me a while to figure out how to level this one, and this is probably one of the better titles. So I figured I should mention that in case you were trying to level And you're like, why isn't this leveling? Like, you've seen we've had, like, crazy combo counts, but since we've been playing Velvet, she's the easiest to get the 40 hit. The other characters, it's a little more difficult. Let's see. We could technically make him better at spells, but let's just go for more Blast Gauge. Just love Eisen's Blast Gauge, chat. So how close are the other characters to learning their spells? So Rokuro got his at 62, Laphicet got his at 62. Velvet did not learn hers, right? Yeah, she's still missing hers. So it seems a little inconsistent what level you gain the ability at, which is a bit of a shame. I'm trying to recall. Yeah, so we can see they still have some moves to learn, unfortunately. Now, Magilu's final Mystic Art, chat, is actually pretty ridiculous. And I think the reason why it's so good is because if you don't know about the chain Mystic Arts, because the game doesn't really tell you, it's very hard to see that one normally. So what we're going to do, chat, is we've quick saved, I think, right before the other boss. So let's save on a brand new file yet again. And let's load our quick save. I just want to see something real quick. We should be just before the boss. That's fine. So we're going to make sure everybody has their little things going. Should be fine. We'll make everybody super. Because I want to make sure we could do this. Actually, what I want to make sure we do, to make life easier, what I think has to happen, chat, is we have to have exactly one item left. So we're gonna try to just use maybe the apple gel. We'll I don't know if you need one or more, but let's sell all of our items. We'll try it a couple times. There is a unique animation where if he tries it and there's no item for him to take, he looks really disappointed. I want to show that off. Let's get rid of all but one. I think this should be fine. So hello, Eleanor. You're gonna be our sacrificial pawn again. That sounds about right, chat. We're gonna go ahead and skip the cutscene. So now we need to take a little damage because I accidentally kept the apple gel.
I can't believe he actually...
So we're gonna block until he does damage. Perfect.
Quite the soy sauce.
Oh, he didn't actually interrupt it. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I'm not sure why he didn't interrupt that, chat. Now, the downside is he has to kill me. Huh. I mean, I could reboot the game. I'm thinking if it's faster to do that or not. But apparently, if you just have one item, it doesn't trigger. Very straight. I've never seen that happen before. I didn't even know it could fail to trigger. That to me is very amusing. So unfortunately, we're going to be auto-blocking. So I think what I'm going to do, chat, is I think I'm going to Alt F4 out of the game real quick. And we're going to boot it up one more time. I didn't even know that could fail. That's something I learned. I'm used to it always taking half of our items. So hold on, chat. We'll get it all boot up again. Give the game some time. It's thinking about it. Okay, so we should see it in a second again. Let's try this one more time, chat. Alright, so we have to make sure we have consumables down. So let's go sell the items again. So apparently he won't take that one. Let's do an easier one. Instead of the apple gels, we'll keep, let's say, one that gives souls. We'll keep 2 of the soul bottles. We'll sell everything else. We're just gonna verify, chat. Indeed, we have 2 items, so he should get an animation. And if it doesn't trigger, chat, what I'll do is, if we don't see it on this attempt, actually, just to guarantee that we die faster, why don't I just unequip everything? Yeah, this is fine. Now we should die. Right, chat? Now we should die. Much better. If we don't see it on this attempt, chat, I'll just take it off stream to see like what combination of items you have to have. It's an animation you normally will never see, so I don't recall if there's one other setup we could do. So let's try this again.
Who told you you could use items?
See, there he had the animation. I'm wondering if he couldn't use the apple gel because he was still at full health. I'm wondering if that's why that happened. One moment, chat. That actually sounds like that's what happened. Yeah. Okay, so I think we need to try that again, but I think we didn't injure him before. So let's go ahead and die. So we'll just run the... We'll just run the AI into them repeatedly. Hopefully they could die. Come on, kill me. I need them to be... Oh, engage at close combat. Yeah, hold on, chat. We need to get them killed real quick. Sorry, chat. We're gonna have to let little boy die. Rest in peace, little boy. There we go. We're actually taking real damage now. Perfect. So we're just gonna run into him, and that should be faster than resetting. Let's retry. We should still have... Oh. Actually, this won't work. Return to main menu. No? Oh. I can't return to menu from here? I did not know that. I thought I could load here in case we couldn't reset to the whatever. Well, chat, we're rebooting. One last time. If this one doesn't work, we'll move on. So close, chat. So close. So I think he needs to have exactly one item. So I think I had the right idea. I think I just forgot to injure him, I think is the thing. So it's also interesting to note that he can't get healed from that. So I'm curious if he has the same animation. I don't remember if it specifically needs to have an apple gel, for example, being used, like a gel versus a bottle. So that's the other part of the puzzle I'm not sure about. So if this doesn't work, we'll just move on. So we're gonna make sure we have exactly one. Then we're gonna try this fight again. Perfect. One last try, chat. Skip the dialogue. We get to behold his salty soy darkness, and we will try to use an item.
Who told you you could use? Oh, you don't have any left.
There you go, chat. No more items. That one's really hard to see. I don't believe that one counts towards the Mystic Art viewing, fortunately. That one's very difficult to see. But yeah, I figured it would be worth seeing at least once, chat. Just to say it. So let's reboot the game one last time. I like how disappointed he is in that animation. So yeah, if for whatever reason you're playing the game for the first time and you don't understand what's happening, you're in for a rude awakening because you'll lose like all of your elixirs. So if you've been stockpiling like 10 plus because you've been getting lucky, just all of it's gone. All your progress is gone. Anyway, we're gonna load up the official save file again. So I believe we are all set to go.
Follow me, everyone.
Guess we can have little boy here. So we did all the title corrections, but we didn't rest. So let's rest. Hope you enjoyed him looking all disappointed. The no more items. It's amazing, chat. So anyway, we'll save from here, and now we're gonna go beat the game. So Kirk, if you haven't, I don't think you've been spoiled, fortunately, on the ending. So we'll see how close your prediction is to the actual end results of the game. Well, never. Oh, sorry. I also just remembered there was a red herb there we never went back for. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get this. We wanted to make sure not to grab this before the fight and then keep it, because otherwise we also lose our herbs. So little boy will obviously get the focus, chat. Of course he will. So also, we should probably buy some life bottles. Not that I expect to die a whole bunch on this boss, but it would be nice if we had them. This is probably okay. So we're gonna do one more formal save here, chat, and we're just gonna go straight to the end of the game. If anything dares fight us, they're basically dead. Little boy can just god stomp them from existence. I'll need to check to see what people's starting souls are at before the fight begins, but otherwise, I don't really intend to get into any more combat. We just have to surfboard our way to victory. Hey, we're above 2,000 souls. We did it, chat. I love him crouching down on the board. Off we go, chat. So, say goodbye for the Empyrean Throne for now. Although, oh, it forced us to be Velvet again. So I guess this is one of the few times we'll see Velvet again. We haven't had her as the protagonist in quite some time, but it's fine. Ooh, shiny. Is this just... Oh, it's at the rate. It's actually a decent item. I'll take Mithril Fragment. So I believe we're not able to get the final code red, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just go forward for now. And let's go beat the game, chat, and hopefully not get into any encounters, because I would love to preserve our perfect blast gauge. So we have Rokuro set up to do the boss damage, as well as Velvet, so either of those characters will do a ton of damage. Aizen's just meant to generate a ton of blast gauge. Unfortunately, he has not learned his third Mystic Art, because I feel like once he does, chat, he becomes one of the fastest encounter clearers in the game. Only really topped by Eleanor. But we had to give it to Little Boy, chat. It's Little Boy's time to shine. We're going to be using a lot of him basically for the rest of the game, but probably not for this specific boss fight. Ooh, more gold scraps. That's good. Luffy set needs more upgrades, chat. So again, we'll definitely take time to collect the shinies, because in this dungeon in particular, they're almost all really, really good. Like, we got more odorless fluid again. It's fantastic. Again, I just love him just trying to surf the little board. Poor Luffy set. One day he'll be big enough to ride this. Oh, look at all those cat souls, chat. Ooh, we're in such a good position. See that? We didn't even have to do any cat souls grinding in this playthrough. That feels so good. It's a liberating experience, chat. Oh, bronze scrap. We don't need that. Get out of here. Let's go to the upper level. Wow, we're almost at 2,100. Excellent, chat. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, yeah, we managed to pull it off. Like, technically it was New Game Plus. Like, we had a lot of art usage on our side, but honestly, like, our equipment was pretty subpar compared to when we did it the first time through. So I'm glad that we actually beat those bosses on stream in one try. So we had all the setup, chat. We were not messing around with these bosses. So I'm glad it paid off, chat. Just that foreknowledge of those arts lockdown boss equal free win. Because as you can see, when the bosses were forced to block Velvet, we were doing fine. I don't know if we even fought the club guy yet on this playthrough. I feel like we've always avoided him. And again, we'll have to pick up some of their items eventually. Yeah, there's a whole tier of items that you can only get in Anomanot's area. Some of them are in the chest, some of them are in the from the enemy drops, like the weapons and armor. So we'll be fighting here a little bit if we're just looking for completion's sake. Okay, so this will take us up even higher, chat. Oh, that's right. You started the game off here. I already forgot, chat. It's a short-term memory issue. See, I remember how to beat Phoenix, because, you know, it was a hard fight. It'll go in the long-term memory. But everything else, like, nah. There we go, chat. Ooh, look at all those cat souls. Actually, speaking of which, chat, if we take a look at the world map, how are we doing in terms of cat souls? Oh yeah, so geotrees were good. Excellent. I forget if there is an easy way to see the chests. Like, I could open up each of these maps one by one just to view them, but I'll do that off stream. I was looking to see if it gave an indicator to us. Looks like the answer is no. It marks all the geotrees, but not the cat's chests. So that would be another thing they could just very, very minor change in the next game. If they're gonna have a collectible, please mark it on the minimap. So wow, we actually managed to get up here with no combat encounters. Pretty much as good as it's gonna get. Now, we could do the one that reduces the damage taken, chat, but... well, I guess we should do it, whatever. It's what you probably should be doing in the boss. I was thinking for style reasons I might just increase attack power just to one-shot the boss, but we have to see the Mystic Arts anyway. We'll do that, chat. Maybe we'll survive the wombo combo of the boss. Ooh, more fine tempering powder. That saves me a lot of money. Whoa, look at all those souls. Almost 2,200 now. Wow. I forgot how much this just gives casually going to the top. Hey, another shiny. Are you another fine tempering powder? Oh, you're bronze scrap. You're garbage. Get out of here. You should not drop in the final dungeon. Oh, I forgot if there were cat souls here or not. The answer is no. Although, wait a minute, did it say all the chests respawned? Hold on. Well, we'll get this chest since we're here. Yeah, because I was gonna say, this is a rare chest. I remember this one. Got a mithril ribbon. Not what I would have preferred from it, but we'll take it. Again, we need a lot of mithril, adamantine, and gold scrap. And we'll get gold scrap just by getting the rare drops of other enemies. So if we get bad items we don't care about, easy fodder. Up, up, and away, chat. Almost at the boss. Another odorless fluid. Well, I definitely don't need this many odorless fluids. I think at most I needed 3. Like, I needed 15 for what I wanted to set up, but we already upgraded them, so I don't need them anymore. Actually, one moment, chat. I just remembered something. Was I using the wrong thing on Aizen this whole time? One moment. Didn't I level up his, Oh, maybe huh. Thought I had a low-level pendant in here. Maybe not. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of his weapon. Oh, Dad, I wasn't even using the right weapon. We beat the other boss. That's fine. We'll have this for Kirk. So remember I was saying we needed the odorless fluid? I applied it to our, I think it was the Armstrong bracelet, which is rank 5. This is like the only bronze piece of equipment that I love. It gives you like that early attack boost. So carrying over bronze scrap and odorless fluid is actually really strong on Aizen specifically. Because one of his better weapons is just you get almost immediately. It's rather silly, chat. It doesn't make a lot of sense from a balanced perspective, but we'll take it. Hey, an expedition. Okay, I'm gonna make sure to take that expedition and then save over the file again. There we go. So, chat, you ready? Final boss area.
I can feel him. Inominat is just up ahead.
Finally, time to repay my debt.
You just like saying that, don't you?
Aw, you saw right through me.
Oh, come on. It wasn't hard. Nobody here is gonna do anything for anyone but themselves.
I can't deny that.
Your wheel is yours alone to hold.
That is our creed.
I like that the music stops when we're here. So just look at that grand staircase to the heavens, chat. Look at the seals in the sky. We're gonna brace ourselves mentally for what we have to go through. So we're gonna have to let the bosses do some mystic arts. I'm trying to remember how many there are. Let me just consult my notes real quick. Oh yeah, so there's 3 mystic arts we have to survive. I just wanted to confirm that. I remembered there were at least 2, but we actually have 3, chat. Ooh, hope you're ready. Somebody is gonna get dunked on. I love that they're just waiting for us here. We're just gonna face the sun, go blind, and then chat. We're just gonna go fight God. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sorry to keep you waiting, gentle shepherd. The Lord of Calamity and friends are here to see you.
I can't wait to strike down the world's greatest swordsman.
You picked a fight with the Ifrit pirate crew. Now we're here to finish it.
Lord Artorias, I follow my own will now, and I'm going to stop you.
In my sword lie the hopes of mankind, the potential for a perfect world. Do you really believe that will without reason can break it?
Your sword is strong. But it's still only a weapon, just like ours.
Why don't you test that theory? With your life, of course.
Ever since you hit me, I've had this really annoying feeling in my chest. But I can't figure out what it is.
Then I'll just have to hit you again and see if that helps.
I'm sure I'll feel better after I eat you.
Arthur! I finally have an answer to your question. Why do you think that birds fly? Birds fly because they want to fly. They don't need a reason, even if their wings may snap and doom them to die. They don't fly for anyone's benefit. They don't fly because they were ordered to. Birds fly because they want to fly, and for no other reason!
So that's your answer.
Yes. Because that's who I am!
You were always like this. That sort of foolishness is what creates the demons and plunges the world into tragedy and despair.
Then you drive the demons out! Isn't that right, Shepherd Artorias?
That has been my plan all along.
If you want to kill us, you'd better finish the job! Because if you don't, I'm going to devour you!
Okay, chat. So, you know, like the first portion of this fight is not too bad. I mean, you can see their health total is way, way lower than what we fought before. So those bonus bosses are way, way stronger. I mean, just look at a Nominaut's defense. Do you almost feel bad for a Nominaut? I mean, like, Dark Turtles had like 1,800 plus defense, I think, comparatively. So we're going to be doing more than double damage at this point. So they all have very annoying moves to contend with. So Artorias is kind of like the, I hope I don't get burst killed, because he's got the 40% damage reduction if we do over 1,000. So they tried to make him live a little longer. He's got some really great moves. Most of them will buff his stats, and you'll notice none of them are physical. Do you notice a trend here, chat, when you look at the arts? Now, a Nominaut is kind of dangerous to leave alone. Normally, I actually focus a Nominaut first. Just because I really don't want to contend with the spell casting constantly. So I'll kind of blitz a Nominaut if I'm playing a casual playthrough and we're not trying to see the Mystic Arts, because that Iron Stance leading into things where I think like Annihilation Beam, for example, does a lot of damage to us. So we're gonna focus on him first. But unfortunately, chat, we also need to see their Mystic Arts, so I can't just one-shot them as much as we'd be able to.
All our ties.
You'll pay for what you did to me. Let's go, Fee! Yeah, I'm gonna fly too. Right at your side, Velvet.
Alright, this boss needs to stop attacking for a second. Speaking of which, what is a Nominaut's weakness? Oh, it's fire. Let's change our skills a little bit to deal with the boss. So instead of gouging spin here, I'm gonna make this... Let's do Searing Edge here. Scale Crusher's a little too expensive. I don't mind Blinding Frost though, because that's a good lockdown move. We basically don't want to do physical on the boss if we can avoid it. Other than Soaring Dragon, are there any other fire moves? I don't think so. Guess we could do something like this. See how that feels. Let's wound the boss a bit. So we're just bullying. We're bullying the god. It's fine.
You thought I'd stop there?
Look at that damage, chat. Wow.
Killing flash, but I'm this close. I won't.
Oh my gosh.
Now?
Alright, we're gonna try to not kill the boss, but this should hurt the boss just enough for Mystic Arts to come out. And we'll do one more as insurance.
Here it comes! Resound! Arrive! Become the rite of destruction! Lost line! Take that! Bring it back! Here it is! No! Take that! Elements of creation gather! Total fight for the
Oh, the boss just decided... The boss decided it was the boss's turn. Oh. I was like, where did our gels go? But that's not a big deal either way. So now I need to get hit, which is kind of annoying. Again, this is the hard part of the fight. Oh, he didn't Mystic Art that. That's unfortunate. Also, I tag swapped in, and unfortunately, that teleported me into an attack. See, we're only getting hit because... Oh, I'm dead. Oh, that's a game over. So this is the hard part. I need to survive to see the Mystic Art. This is where I figured we were gonna have some hassle. Like, again, we could have just one-shot the boss. Let's all acknowledge that that little boy god would have been god-stomped, but trying to survive to the Mystic Art is proving to be a bit of an issue. Oh, maybe he ate all of our other gels. Oh, that's probably what happened. That makes sense. Let's retry, chat. Let's get him lower this time.
I shall sever all our ties.
So this is where the struggle is. It's not Artorias I'm worried about, as I said before. It's this jerk. Also, I realized it probably undid our moves, which is annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna if I die again, I'm just gonna purposely game over so I can set the skills up. Because I really don't want to set that up every time I die. Well, that did a lot of damage to us. As you can see, he's just kind of super armoring through everything, which is kind of annoying.
I'll finish this. You're wide open. Burn. Die or be killed.
There we go, chat. So we're gonna try this again.
You wronged me. Here's your justice. By order. Now.
Hopefully this will not kill him.
They appear. Here they come. There's no stopping them now. Good.
So now he's very low on health. So hopefully when he shouts I won't hold back, he'll be basically dead. And we'll wound him just a little more, just in case, chat. So now, presumably, he should Mystic Guard us. There we go.
The world's pain and malevolence. The culmination of true reason.
So now that we've seen it, chat, let's go ahead and use that elixir to revive.
I can't die here.
And let's kill the little boy god. We've had enough, chat. We're not messing around. As you can see, he gets real nasty real quick. Unfortunately, I think one of our allies just died, but we have life bottles. I didn't want to use Blast Gauge unless we really had to, so I feel kind of okay about that. Let's play as little boy for a bit. We have to get some meter. He's getting wrecked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was really tempted to switch to Velvet to combo him, but we really should see his Mystic Art. Can we all acknowledge that he was getting destroyed? I purposely dropped combo to give him a chance, chat.
I'll finish this. You're wide open. You burn. Die or be killed. Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect faith.
Alright, so let's just weaken him up. I don't want to kill him, but we can use a little Blast Gauge. Poor boss, chat.
No escape!
Okay, so he's almost at a point that he can Mystic Guard. Yeah, and we want to make sure they have a decent number of souls, so that way they can kind of combo lock him. So I believe at this point he should be able to Mystic Guard us. But we'll weaken him up just a little more, just in case. So I'm gonna have to tell our allies to be very passive for a little bit. I actually countered him there, so let's make them defensive, chat, because otherwise we're not gonna see the final Mystic Art, and I would really prefer not to restart this whole fight. So let's make them all block for a bit. Oh, I accidentally stunned him. Oh, I blocked by accident by not moving. Come on, you can hit me, Artorias. There we go.
I will call death into your being.
I almost survived that. If I had parried the last couple ones, I don't think that would have done enough.
Thanks. Explosion! Radiant wind! Attention! Hurricane! Radiant wind!
Again, he's got really big tells to all of his moves, so honestly, like, if we get to this point, chat, like, it's pretty much home free. We're gonna tell them to go back on the offensive. Let's get another soul for Rokuro, though.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Looks like
No
you're
escape!
I'll
Good.
help you! Try this! Here! I won't go easy on you!
Got him, chat, with little boy.
Tenacious demons.
He's the reason, right there. I'll take care of you! Stand aside, Velvet. Not happening!
Huh? Velvet. Why do you have my comb?
That was the comb that Laffy gave me. Not you, Inominat.
Of course. I'm Inominat, now reborn. And you're the Lord of Calamity. Oh, Artorias. I'm hungry. My stomach is empty. My chest is empty. My body is empty too. It hurts. It hurts so much.
It looks like we won't be able to harvest despair by eating you anymore. Well then. Birds must fly, because they possess strong wings. Mankind must be suppressed, because it possesses great sin. Malevolence, tragedy, war, anger, tears, even love must all be suppressed. With the grace of my beating wings, I will grant humanity the tranquility it deserves. Inominat, come, devour my despair. Neven Huijum!
Inominats Armatus!
Now, with the full might of my Armadas, I shall suppress all creation!
Things are not going well for us. So this boss can be a big pain. So we're going to try to take advantage of his person weakness combo. But unfortunately, we still need to see his mystic art. Now, he has a lot of physical moves. So there you go, chat. There's the reason to get the physical resistance. This boss. We cannot stun him for very long. And he will basically carve you into nothingness if given a chance. So instead of Soaring Dragon, let's go for, I believe we have, oh, not Heaven's Wrath, Defiant Conviction. So I think this should hit all of his weaknesses.
Filled with this much despair?
Okay, so he's also got Wind. I just want to make sure we have Wind in our combo somewhere. Should probably let's just prepare for the boss, chat. Don't want Swallow Dance, it's terrible. I didn't want to use this move, but chat, I think I'm gonna use Moonlight Cyclone to try to lock down the boss. I do like his music. We won't hear it for very long though, if things go well.
Was he holding it in check this whole time?
One misstep, and he would have become a demon. Such is the power of Artorias' determination.
But also proof of his true nature.
We can't lose to him now! Just never lose to despair! No escape!
I'll finish him. Illusory force! No escape! Eat it! Up! Die! No escape! You're wide open! Burn! Die or be killed! No escape! Eat it! Water cutters! No escape! You're wide open! Burn! Hurricane! 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 Caution! Illusory force!
Enough waiting! Take that!
Thesis!
We're going in on him, chat. We gotta wound him more. I think I need Little Boy to come in and melee for a bit. Alright, there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh gosh, so they're gonna kill the Velvet. Please don't kill Velvet. Look at that combo. Like, we could one-shot him here, chat. Like, please acknowledge that this boss would be dead if I wanted him to. Like, let's just do one Mystic Art. But he had the weakness combo and he was stunned. So now, chat, he's gonna unleash his final form. So we're just gonna go ahead and build up more souls. Look at the damage we're doing. Insane. Insane damage with Velvet right now. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Rokuro. I'm gonna sacrifice you because you have no meter.
This I claim. Right of rule! Your sins are deep. Now suffer for them!
He actually survived? What a god. Chat, what a god. Listen, Rokuro's had enough, chat. Alright, let's wombo combo the boss. There we go. I needed Little Boy to get 3 blast gauge, if you're wondering why I swapped. So next time I get a weakness combo on him, we're gonna kill him. Let's get that soul. Oh, we almost had it. No! Oh, he blocked it. Whatever, we're doing it, chat.
Now, with a single breath, they appear. Here they come. There's no stopping them now. Good. Spirit release. You wronged me. Here's your justice. Fight in order.
Oh, that didn't actually kill him. That was a mistake. I wanted to give it to Little Boy, chat. I got greedy.
No mercy. Wounds that won't heal.
We'll give it to Velvet. I got greedy. So we did pretty well. Again, like, we showed off every single Mystic Art there. And unfortunately, because we died, we did not get a lot of grade. But chat, you know what? it was worth it for you guys to see it. So we did somehow still learn abilities while in this combat with that terrible grade bonus. Please note, chat, that you get no gold, no experience, only grade. No level ups for you, chat. Well, we'll take our bonus capability versus demi-humans, I suppose. That is actually good.
You've grown strong. Let us settle this here and now, Lord of Calamity.
I swear, I will finish this! I will devour all this hatred! Not done yet!
Stop struggling! Give up your fight. I will end the world's sadness. I have to end it!
Arthur's forgotten maxim! Don't despair, no matter what!
Spoken like a true hero.
It's what you told me once, long ago.
On the day of the opening. Velvet. The Arthur you knew died that day. It was always there, in the back of my mind. If only it hadn't been Celica and my son who were killed that day. If only it had been you two instead.
I thought the same thing. So many times. If it had been us, then I know you would have fought to save the world for us.
It's true. I wanted to save everyone. Such a pity.
Goodbye.
It's over.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
No, it's not over yet.
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry!
His power is running wild!
No one is keeping his power in check anymore! This is bad! We still have time to kill him!
Wait! I'll do it.
I endured it all, even though I was scared, even though it hurt.
I know.
I drank that gross medicine. I stopped myself from doing what I wanted to do, eating what I wanted to eat. I tried so hard. Why won't you give me this? I hate you! I hate you, Velvet!
Laffy said, you tried really hard. But you don't have to fight anymore. It's time for us to rest, Laffy.
Velvet.
Velvet, what are you doing?
So that's it. Velvet will let Innominat devour her forever, with her forever devouring him in return. She will seal him while keeping him alive. An infinite contradiction. A perpetual cycle of destruction.
Velvet, you can't!
You and I are part of Innominat, V. If he dies, both of us will die too. I dug my own grave. But you...
I don't care about myself! I'm not scared of dying as long as I'm with you!
Good. Then die. But only after eating, living, doing everything you want to in life. I really am horrible, aren't I? Just a selfish failure of a human being. But despite all that, you still saved me. With your unwavering kindness and strength.
I didn't do anything. Velvet, you were the one who...
Fee, you must have seen it during our travels. Humans spend their lives in constant struggle. That's why they end up making so many mistakes. Even my poor brother. That's why I'm asking this of you. Please live. I was the cause of so much chaos and destruction. Help the world I ruined. Help people like me. Help the weak. This is my last selfish request.
That's not fair!
I'm truly sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. Velvet, I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Fee. Huh?
For her to seal an Empyrean all by herself. Humans contain more surprises than I expected.
Relax. These are the 4 elemental Empyreans.
Now you show up. Pretty irresponsible if you ask me.
You were mistaken. Without Innominat, the balance of our power will crumble.
The elements will clash in violence and ruin. The world will take millennia to recover from the destruction.
No!
To save the world from destruction, a new Empyrean is needed. A Malak of great strength and indomitable will.
I'll do it. I'll be your new Empyrean.
Hold on a second, Laphicet! You can't just—
Let's hear him out. You are part of Innominat. You're not lacking in strength. But the question here is one of your intent.
Just what do you wish for this world? What will you bring unto its denizens?
I want people to have another chance. A chance for them to right the wrongs born of their fallible spirits. To give those who dream of flying the time they need to rest their wings. So that in their strength, their weakness, their cruelty, their kindness, these imperfect humans will one day stretch their wings toward the horizon.
Make your dream a reality, young Empyrean.
We're really back on the ground. The Dragon of Light!
Good grief. Velvet's recklessness rubbed off on him. Hasn't it, Laphicet?
Huh? Is that really Laphicet? But how?
That is his Empyrean form. It's also proof of his determination.
Like an oath?
Yes. Do I frighten you now, Eleanor?
Not at all. You've matured into a fine man.
So was that flame your true power as an Empyrean?
Demons. Malevolence. Did that fire get rid of it all?
No. I'm still very much a demon.
The silver flame has the power to cleanse a soul of its malevolence and change a demon back into a human. But it doesn't have the power to change people's hearts.
It just gives them another chance at life. Isn't that right?
Sorry. Looks like my sins run too deep to fix.
That's fine. It's a part of who you are, Rokuro.
You're still a softie, aren't you?
Well, that's just great.
Huh?
Most of the exorcists are wiped out, but the evil and chaos in people's hearts lives on. Gonna be tough going from here on out, folks.
Yes, it will. Even still. Humanity will never lose its hope, or its prayers for a better future.
Well said!
The Malakim have free will again. Some may even lend you their aid to help create this ideal future of yours.
I will spread the word. This world is now under the protection of the Empyrean Laphicet.
Would you mind not calling me that? I don't think it really fits who I am now.
I guess you're right. That was Velvet's name for you.
Okay, what should we call you then?
Call me by the name Eleanor gave me. One who lives. That's what Laphicet means. Translated into the ancient language.
So we'll talk about our thoughts and feelings on the game. So I just want to elaborate for people that might not understand that last line. Remember Zesteria? There was a god that got corrupted. And at the end, Saray merges with said god and the giant white dragon. That's Laphicet from this game. Just gonna tie that together. I just want to point out something I didn't really pay attention to, but I saw this time around when we played through the game. But I saw when the Empyreans were speaking, some of their shapes, but definitely their voices were the characters and the voice actors used to summon them. So when we shoved old Funny Hat down into the volcano, I heard his voice as well as Celica's voice. So I thought that was kind of a neat touch. I also thought it was funny that they were talking about, like, you're not one lacking in power. I feel like Laphicet's line back should have been something like, well, I've been eating a lot of herbs. So I just wanted to kind of mention those kind of little tidbits before I go into thoughts and feelings towards it. So we're not quite at the end. We're kind of in the interlude in between. So we have a little bit of artwork. So I won't talk about where the plot is leaving us right now. But in terms of what my thoughts and feelings the first time I played through, I honestly wasn't sure if they were going to kill off Innominat or not. The first time I played through, I'm like, they can't, I was like, they have to kill him, but they can't kill him, so what are they gonna do? And apparently they are now just in a perpetual cycle. So I guess now we have the true origin story to the Silver Flame. They teased it a little earlier in the game, because remember Laphicet used it back when he was on Hexen Isle, and now he formally has the power over it. And that's what's used in the technically future game. But in terms of the... I would say my overall impressions of the game so far without talking about plot specifically. I feel like from a difficulty standpoint, I feel like the very beginning of the game is a little difficult before you get Break Soul. Like, you actually do have to care a little bit if you're playing on Chaos mode. Then, you know, it kind of dips off for a while, and then if you do any kind of casual grinding at all, like if you spend like an hour or two just kind of going between dungeons, you will be so overleveled for most fights. So I would recommend just pumping up the difficulty, as we did in this playthrough. We kept it on Chaos throughout. I feel like we hit the same kind of roadblocks I thought we were going to hit, where I was really worried about the Oscar and Teresa fight, because I remember that one being really brutal in a casual playthrough, and I think our bonus health definitely helped with that. And surprisingly, the Phoenix fight was the one that went well. I can't believe we actually one-tried that. That to me was mind-boggling. Like, I didn't even like gimmick him with Mystic Arts either. Like, we straight up won that. Like no, I don't even know if we used Blast Gate. If we did, it was only for a little bit of damage. We didn't wombo combo like 100% of his health. Like, we could have technically. But yeah, we only did like maybe 20% with Mystic Art, but we did the rest of it with I guess you could say hard work and sweat. Now, from this point forward, expectations. We're definitely going to be concluding the stream after we see this final cutscene coming up. But we'll be diving into the post-game tomorrow, so I'm going to reach out an invitation to Kirk again if he would like to join into Parsec. Now, there is another boss that we could do immediately after this one, but I figured we could just get some casual item acquisition out of the way before we do that. That fight is, like, moderately hard, but not, like, not as hard as, like, Dark Turtles or Phoenix should have been. So, I feel like where we're going to come into an issue is not, like, can we beat the boss? It's more, can you beat the boss and still see the Mystic Art for the achievement? Because we definitely dumped on Innominat. Like, if you were not caring about the Mystic Art, we literally almost one-comboed him instantly. Like, we did, like, what, a 66,000 damage chain? He only has 98,000 health, I think. Like, we barely tried and we almost killed him. So I definitely feel like the final boss of the game is kind of a really big step down if you've been clearing any of the bonus content. The game will rectify that if we were to beat the bonus dungeon. So I think maybe we'll try to fight that boss. Now, that boss requires us to actually have really good stats. If I recall, the defense of this boss is like in the mid 3000s, which is kind of ludicrous. And we're gonna have to deal with it the best that we can, honestly speaking. So that's where my concern is. Going forward, other than the last cameo boss fight, all I can think of is the fact that we're going to be dealing with just like a lot of raw stats, so we're going to try to wombo combo all of these bosses going forward. So we will not try to grind levels anywhere other than the bonus dungeon. We're going to be specifically farming the... Oh, yeah, look at all the references, by the way. So if you were curious, chat, there's every single game that they referenced. With the town names, some of the lore, some of the jokes, some of the skits. Like when they were reading the foreign languages, for example, they were just character names or city locations of other games. So there were a lot of Tales references in this one. But in terms of expectations, we have a lot of high stat bosses to defeat, but we don't have to worry about Mystic Arts. But unfortunately, this means grinding our equipment. Because doing it on normal, we could do as is now. Like, the dungeon is actually significantly... like a big step up from where we were in terms of difficulty. Casual encounters, especially if we dangerous encounter them, actually are pretty difficult. We're gonna try to avoid the dangerous encounters just for completion's sake. Because again, they scale with you, so they will be doing insane damage by the end of the dungeon in particular. But other than that, I will let you down easy, chat. I will let you know the reward for beating the post-game dungeon absolutely sucks. I'm just gonna let you know right now. So if you were curious whether or not it's worth completing it, the short answer is, if you would like to fight really hard bosses, yes. If you want to see like something that ties the plot in together, and you're expecting a lot of extra bonus content, you're gonna be very disappointed. I think at most there's like a 2 or 3 line throwaway skit in the full dungeon that has any reference to Zesteria. Otherwise, it's just all... You'll see. It's disappointing, I'll put it that way. The other reward I think you get for beating it is you get the ability to double up on how much you get when you enhance and dismantle. So if you do power through, I would recommend, honestly, either just immediately play through again and then just enjoy the bonus experience with like your ×5 experience and then play through as intended. Or if you really want to, you could grind to the end of the dungeon, do it on a low difficulty, and then just take that bonus thing that lets you double the amount of crafting materials into your next playthrough. I don't think it's worth doing Chaos on the first run through. Like, it's just like a lot of extra time invested. It's not that it's like super hard, it's just it requires a lot of money and resources, and you don't get the thing that like halves how much you need until you beat that dungeon. Which is kind of awkward if you think about it too, because if you're not intending to play a New Game Plus anyway, then you're not even gonna benefit from it, so who cares? But in any case, I think the next session we'll be doing things like the arena fights. We'll be doing things such as, there's actually a lot of skits that'll unlock. We'll be doing a cameo boss fight, probably to conclude it. Depending on how much bonus content there is, I didn't really pace it on how many hours there are, but we'll probably mostly stick to skits, arenas, and item cleanup. And then we'll focus on getting really good items from the bonus dungeon, probably towards the end of the stream. Or technically, I could go there early and get bonus equipment early. Technically. I just don't want to beat the first boss. I'll put it that way. I don't want to beat the first boss of the dungeon right away. And definitely don't want to continue to the other floors unless needed. So, I believe we are almost ready to see the final scene, but we're basically going to be turning it off as soon as it happens. We made a lot of progress, and I'm proud with how this came out for the most part. I think there were a couple of oops moments with my combat, but I think otherwise, I think this was a good demonstration of what the game has to offer. And now, chat, the final cutscene.
This is not the end of chaos. It is the beginning. Mankind will go on fighting without end. Just as they did. People will still spread their wings to seek the horizon. Just as they did. For every laugh, there will be tears. This world is cruel and unforgiving.
Hey, come on.
Even the gods themselves don't know what the future will bring. Nevertheless, I will always believe in them, Velvet. In humanity, both strong and weak. In humanity, both fearsome and kind. The day will finally come when your dream becomes reality. Until then, I will kindle a flame within me, burning strong and bright.
I like to think Laffy said just Mystic Art level 3'd the world on that last portion. So that's the conclusion. I want to talk about some things, because I've been mostly positive about Berseria, but I want to talk about some other points. So the game is now saying, congratulations, you beat the game. You can play a New Game Plus. Listen, game, we're already playing on New Game Plus. It's fine. We don't need to know about this. Would you like to save your data? Sure. We'll make another save. Why not? Completed game data, chat. So 81 hours to get almost every skit in the game. We're very close to seeing it. We'll probably view... I'm not really sure what the best time is to view the remaining skits. But we have to gather more cat souls, so I feel like we'll probably hold that off for the very tail end. Because we need our cat souls for the bonus dungeon, so we'll probably hold off on that a little bit. So we'll return to title screen. And for now, chat, let's switch over to the end and talk about implications of this game in the grand scheme of things. So one thing I was kind of thinking of in general that kind of bothered me when we played, and then I feel like was not, well, there's several things that were not really addressed in this game. I feel like they made mention to some characters and Zestiria, but didn't really do anything with them. So, like, chat, remember how there was that, like, really great arc where Velvet went back to her village and there was the illusion going on of all the people were happy to see her and they tried to keep her in the dream world. I feel like they also, like, could they not get the voice actress for Simone back from Zestiria, though? Because, I mean, like, it's very... I think they actually say that it's her. I believe they drop her name once in the entire game. I feel like that's just completely missed out. Like, when we beat Melchior, we never see what happens to her, which is kind of strange, so it doesn't really set up the events of the future games. It's not like she was, like, traumatically impacted by Melchior. She just kind of gets shuttled off screen. So from, like, a lore transition, I have some issues with the game. Like, more just, like, how you transition from this game to Zestiria. So if we're going to talk about issues with that, so most of the characters seem to have some kind of impact in Zestiria, right? So Velvet keeps back Onominat. The Empyrean Throne is built by Artorias, and that's the final dungeon within Zestiria itself. You have Laphicet, who plays a big role with the Silver Flame, and he gets taken over. But then you get to characters that are a lot more ambiguous, and it's more just like fan theory. I don't think any of it was really confirmed ever in any source, including like the radio dramas, because I know Japan really loves those bonus discs that are not in the game but continue the story kind of deal. So what I mean by that, for example, is Magilu walks away at the end of the cutscene, right? She's on her own, she's free to do what she wants. Presumably she dies between the events of Berseria and Zestiria, right? Because she's extended her life, but presumably it's not infinite. So one thing I feel like they kind of missed out, and maybe because it's just a pacing issue or they didn't have the details ironed out, is if you remember in Zestiria, there was a tomb we went into of a very important maven. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be her or not, because they never say Magilu's name ever in Zestiria. There's just like weird little things like that when you kind of compare between the two games. It just clashes a little bit. Then I feel like if they wanted to set up the characters from Zestiria as a more natural thing, like where was Lila? Because that always confused me for how long she was supposed to have been around. That also really confused me between Zestiria and Berseria, how old she was supposed to be. And that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, honestly. Like, she eventually went to Lady Lake. That obviously doesn't exist at the time of Berseria. But I also don't know what she was doing before Lady Lake existed because, you know, Zestiria things. In terms of other conclusions, like Rokuro is like not mentioned at all in the future game, and that seems like such a disappointment. You think he would be like kind of like the rival companion? Like, he should have been the Zavid, right? He should have been the character we see in Zestiria, not Zavid. And we should have fought him, and then that should have made us question whether or not demons are truly evil. Like, do you see how like they had like some of the right pieces, but between the two games, it's kind of a botched effort, unfortunately. This is where I'm talking about where it doesn't work in the grand scope. I think this game as a standalone is pretty solid. I really like it for what it is. I'll play it. But in terms of like trying to tie into the same universe, there's always going to be problems. And again, a lot of that has to do with Zestiria, honestly. Like, it's not necessarily Berseria's fault. But there are just certain things they could have done to kind of round it out a little bit more. So I'm not going to claim it's the perfect game, but I had a lot of fun with it. I feel like the events throughout were pretty entertaining. And then that's actually, you know what I was thinking about just now, chat, of how Rokuro was important? Get this, chat. Rose uses dual daggers just like Rokuro. Is she related to Rokuro somehow? Wouldn't that be great to take a character like Rokuro and tie him in with Rose? Wouldn't that just be so good? But yeah, I don't think any of that's been confirmed. Then I feel like they actually handled Aizen pretty well. Like, he's already kind of admitting like this is his fate, and we even got a little bit of Edna. Like, because she was also around at the same time, and I feel like they explained her away. She technically had a visual appearance, but otherwise she did not actually interact with the party. But I feel like that was pretty good. They kind of tied those pieces together. In terms of other things in the game, I feel like in terms of character arcs, I feel like Oscar probably had the least character development and maybe only matched with Melchior in terms of like reveals. I'm not sure if they had more intended for them, because Oscar didn't really have a character arc. Like, he hated us, and then he hated us, and then he hated us kind of thing. And Melchior was used more of a foil to Magilu to reveal more about her backstory. So he still had a bigger piece to play in the plot than I feel Oscar did, even though we fought Oscar more than a lot of the other bosses. So I'm not sure if they could have played more on that in general. Yeah, his motivation was pretty one-dimensional. Like, there's little things you could kind of nitpick with Berseria in its own universe. Indefinitely. But in terms of things like Artorias was probably one of my favorite villains, honestly speaking, and from the Tales series. I feel like you got to see the before, the during, and the after, and I feel like this game set a really high bar and expectation of showing, like, villains do not have one-dimensional motives all the time. Like, there's not characters that are just seeking to be evil. I mean, Melchior is arguably kind of one-dimensional, but I feel even Teresa and Oscar technically had more motivation other than to just be a problem to the party. Like, Teresa eventually went neutral with us at one point, where she's kind of begrudgingly working along, and I feel like there was a nice back and forth play with that. I liked her joining the party. I felt like I hadn't seen that in a Tales game before, and I think for the most part that worked. I feel like they tried to use her to bring in more humanity to Oscar, but again, I feel like Oscar's kind of one of the weaker characters in the game. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Melchior as a villain overall, though, because you could see, like, him valuing the plants over the human life. I thought that was a very interesting take on things, and you could see him as, like, the corrupting influence to Artorias, and I appreciate him not being the big bad. Like, he's one of the top 4, yes, but I like that Artorias ultimately was the final boss of this game, and especially compared with the Nominaut. I love the plot reveal with the Nominaut. I was so excited, chat, when I first played the game. You have no idea. I was like, yes, they did it. They actually went through with it. And I was so happy, chat. It's just like that reveal is probably not going to be topped by another Tales game, to be honest. I mean, I haven't played some of the games like Vesperia. Maybe there's a really crazy plot twist on that level, but I really doubt it. It was really good. Let's see. In terms of expectations for where they might go with some of the future plot, I think this was a good start. I know some people complained a lot about how like the Tales games were less open worlded in Berseria and Zestiria in particular. I feel like Zestiria went too far. I would agree. Zestiria to me was extremely limiting, and I feel like my only misgiving with Berseria is just like you could not teleport freely due to cutscenes. that led to like some very minor agitation through the game. Not like a huge point. I don't feel like I felt as confined in Zestiria compared to Berseria. But again, I'm more used to the traditional Tales style, like Tales of Destiny, for example, which we'll definitely play on stream at some point, was also pretty linear. So to me, like when I hear complaints about that, I'm like, I didn't really view this series as like an open world to begin with. I just like having the option to go to bonus dungeons, really. I like I like the dungeons to be more elaborate than for me to just pick and choose anywhere I could go in the world. I like more of a guided structure in my RPGs, honestly speaking. So for me, I feel like this game didn't bother me. I know that'll bother some people where like you can't backtrack until like almost all the way the end of the game, or like there's not a whole lot of bonus areas to explore early on. Things will definitely open up in the post game, just because you could see like we could be zipping all over the place, and then it plays more like the traditional RPG in that sense, where we could be doing the cameo battles, for example, after the game. Like we could have waited until after we beat Artorias to go, let's go through and do all those optional fights. So I feel like there's like just enough for me. If they keep it at the same level as Berseria and Arise, I'll be satisfied. But in terms of other things, just kind of denoting things about Berseria in general, I feel like I really had a lot of fun with the combat, but I feel like if they do more Tales games, they need to really nerf the protagonist a bit more. Velvet was definitely way too strong, and I feel like if Break Souls were not a mechanic in this game would be really, really difficult. Like you would not, your healing magic would do nothing. Enemy spells would be really high in terms of cast rate and damage rate, and it would be very hard. We would have to be spamming heal like every 5 or 6 seconds on top of it being slow. So I'm kind of curious what they'll do going forward to kind of balance it a bit more, because it is kind of like an interesting mix. Like if you play on simple, normal, and I would say even to some extent hard, you would still maybe lean on some characters for healing, maybe. Like you could leave it on, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but for Chaos Mode, we basically disable what I would consider to be staples in the Tales series. So I'm not sure if they're going to continue experimenting in that vein, or if we're going to get a completely new combat system. It's possible they'll just scrap it again. They do kind of go through many different cycles. Like, I feel like the one used in Symphonia leading into Xillia, I feel like was, for the longest period of time, used in almost every mainstay title, or flagship title, I mean. So I'm curious if they'll go back more to the traditional TP usage, or if they're going to continue to experiment with things like the Break Soul. I mean, for me, I had a lot of fun. I like the power trip the characters have. I like watching the numbers go up, chat. I like that the character wasn't even not only just about damage, but I feel like the ability to do combos and to stun lock the enemies and to just absolutely devastate full waves of enemies. I found that a lot more interesting to me, mechanically speaking, than playing some of the older Tales games where it's just like you cast sped up tidal wave, for example. Like I just kind of shrug my shoulders like, it is what it is. And again, there's a lot of nuance with the combat system. It's a lot for people to definitely step into for the first time. Like there's a lot of little mechanics going through that. And I hope going forward, every character will be about as interesting to play in this game as it will be in future games, because I'm not gonna lie, chat, some of those Tales characters in other games are just terrible. Like they're just not fun to play. They don't really combo, or they'll be like mages with like no melee abilities, and it just feels so rough to play as them if you're playing multiplayer. Whereas I feel like this game to me is kind of peak multiplayer. Like, this game is by far my favorite multiplayer game. I really like Tales of Destiny, like, kind of coming into it. Like, I'm always going to refer back to that game because that was the first one that I played. And I feel like it still mostly holds up today, even though it came out on, like, the PS1. I don't think I could say the same for Fantasia. I feel like that might have been a little too rough, but I feel like combat just kind of worked in Tales of Destiny. They needed to just take it a step further, which we'll see if we play through those games, how the combat evolves from the 2D into the 3D, and maybe the chat will enjoy seeing that kind of exploration. Ideas and concepts like the skits were not a thing until the later games, so if we play some of the older games, it should go quicker, I'll put it that way. It should go quicker. So, yeah, so the expectation tomorrow, so I'll reach out to Kirk to see if he's interested in just messing around, trying to get some gear. We can talk about his thoughts and opinions on the game itself and how he feels about the combat if he wants to play different characters. So we could get that new player experience. Since I've probably played like hundreds of hours of Velvet, I still mess up things with her combos because, again, I'm not playing it like day to day. It's more like very big gaps in between. But I feel like even with my level of understanding, I'm able to show off some of the cooler things in the game. So hopefully you've been enjoying that as we go through, and we get to do more crazy combos and show why I like certain characters the way they are. Ideally, we should try to level a little more so that way we get to the level 3s. So we might take a little detour in the bonus dungeon, maybe. Just because I think Kirk would really appreciate being able to level 3 with Aizen. I think he would enjoy just screen wiping everything. Just no mercy, fight over. Just random arena fights. Yeah, like Symphonia is an example where like I'm not a fan of the Symphonia combat. I will stomach it and try to go through it, but I was not a fan, chat. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I feel like Zillia fixed a lot of issues that game had, in particular with the combat. It just feels really stiff, and there's just weird things in there. Like, don't ever play a spellcaster. That's my rule of thumb if you're playing Symphonia. Yeah, you're probably enjoying it because you have to play as Lloyd. Don't play as non-swordsman characters in that game, or maybe the fist user is not too bad, or Axe. Anybody else that uses magic, just don't. Yeah, you only play Lloyd. See, that's what I mean. Like, there's certain characters that feel complete, and there's other characters where it's just like, ugh. It just feels painful to play as them. You'll see eventually. It's complicated. So you have more party members to look forward to. We'll leave it at that, Chris. Apparently you have not gotten too far into the game. So hopefully you'll have fun with that character. East 9 has distracted you. East 9 is pretty good. I hope you're enjoying it. I haven't played it yet, so we'll have to see how that goes. But in any event, oh, you just got oh, you're very early. See, I know what that is. People that haven't seen it yet, they're like, who's Sheena? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I think on the GameCube, I think we could call that Disc 1. Because I think Symphonia was a 2-disc game on the GameCube. So you're still on what I consider Disc 1. It's just big air quotes. Yeah, Fist User I don't think comes up until Disc 2. So don't worry, you have some time. Don't worry about it. But other than that, yeah, we'll kind of go through. We'll see how we go through and deal with some of the older Tales games. Now, chat, I have a question, and I'll ask it again when we go to stream. But the older Tales games let you rename characters. Should we leave them with the default names, or should we name them after different things? Because I know I had some pretty not safe for streaming names for some of the characters. Because you could just completely rename them. Oh, chat is immediately saying rename. Okay. So, okay. That's fine. We could do it. Oh, definite rename? Okay. So that's two votes, yes. So we'll go through and rename those characters because it's more of like, yeah, it's more traditional text. There's no voice lines in the earlier Tales games, so we'll just see whatever horrible name you gave them those names. So Chad, I want you to start thinking about names now, because if we go to play this game after this one and you don't have names, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. That's your homework, chat. You have like maybe a month. You have a month to think of some names. Now, see, you're asking if you name them Shadowheart style. I don't think most of the characters have adjectives before they get named. You can name them as though they're from Shadowhearts. I will warn you, I think the name restriction might be 8 or less. I would recommend, chat, you have backup names for like 8, 12, and 16, because I forget what the limit is. It's not much, I'll put it that way. And if you have some 6-character names, that's probably for the best. Because names in that game are pretty short. Yeah, it might be 6, so just think about it, chat. You got some time. So definitely think about your trope names, like you could think about your sleepyhead protagonist, you could think of like a thief, you could think of like a barbarian name, you could think of your mage, you could think of like a bard. Think of this kind of like those archetype kinds of characters, and you'll probably be able to fit the name in there. So you could name a character JoJo. There is a character that would probably work. Probably. There is a fist user in Tales of Destiny 1. And that character is completely optional to attain, but we can name the character that. Yeah, I remember name them all Fee. Oh no. So one thing I will denote is that game technically has multiplayer, but I only have it on. I don't think there's there's no PC version of the game released, unfortunately, or else I would say I could open it up to multiplayer, but we'll be playing it I think on the PlayStation 3, just emulated. But I'm just letting you know, chat, that fist user at the end of the game is one of the cheapest characters. I had so much fun with that character. I'm like, man, why is this character optional? It's the best character. Chat, he like literally has Spirit Bomb from like Dragon Ball Z. It's ridiculous. Just like, I'm like, wait, these good little guys got little lances and I just nuke a field? Okay. I'm like, let me just do my rush punch into rising uppercut into Spirit Bomb. Goodbye. Goodbye, encounter. So there's actually quite a lot of optional characters in Tales of Destiny. I forget if Tales of Destiny I think Tales of Destiny 2 is an optional character. I'm pretty sure. That revolves around getting enough of the collectible items, which will be its own little fun tale. But otherwise, in general, most characters are mandatory to join the party in Tales games, to my knowledge. So we'll just be going through, and I don't think we can rename once we start getting to the modern era Tales games. So no goofy names, unfortunately, for chat. Oh, the Spirit Bomb was so much fun, chat. There's a mechanic basically in the older Tales games where if you do a cinematic move, it'll like freeze time, so they can't even like get out of your combo. It's so unfair. We'll be seeing a lot of that. Now, one thing I will have to say, unfortunately, is there are still a couple emulation issues with the older Tales games, so I will see if I have a workaround to that. But for the first Tales of Destiny, we might have to skip the bonus dungeon. Because there's this really weird bug that just crashes the game every time when an enemy casts a certain spell. And it's only the bonus dungeon that has the spell that does it. It's really annoying. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll get very far. Unless you want to watch the game crash. We could play it just to watch the game crash, but it's not really anything too interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like when we were playing Shadow Hearts and we couldn't do any of the gambling. It's things like that. Because of the bug, there's like that kind of issue with Tales of Destiny 1, from what I recall. So I will not make the same mistake again if we play. But in any case, I think that's gone on long enough. We had quite a stream end conversation, but hopefully you enjoyed it and you have a little bit of expectation of what is to come. So I'm thinking probably after this game, we'll probably go back to some of the other Tales games. As I said before, I have not beaten one of the Tales games still, so I can probably play that at some point. I don't know what to really expect for it, so I'm not going to prop it as a good game or a bad game. All I know is that the voice acting was very questionable in English. It was very questionable. So it's probably still in that kind of rough transition of Tales period, but hopefully the plot is pretty good. It makes up for some of the, honestly, some really horrendous villager voices. Like, I swear one of the characters sounds like Goofy, chat. Like, they're trying to speak like they were Goofy from Disney. And I'm like, I can't concentrate on the plot while you're talking like this. Please talk in a normal voice. Yeah, it's basically Margot tier. It's really distracting. I'm just like, I know they didn't want to pay a lot of money for the villagers, but don't voice their lines then. Please don't. So we'll see if the chat has the same opinion when we get to that. So I've only played like maybe 30 minutes of the game, and then I realized before I got my computer upgrade, I cannot play the game. So I only really got to the first, literally like the starting town. I watched like maybe 2 skits, and I'm like, there's too much slowdown on my old PC. I can't run it as is. So hopefully now that we have our new streaming PC, which we've been using for quite a while actually at this point, things will go smoothly. I swear he almost yahucks. I swear he almost does. It's really bad. It's just like, I can't... I will not be able to take him seriously. Hopefully he will not play many speaking roles and they won't reuse the voices. Hopefully that will not happen. But in any case, chat, tomorrow we'll be doing mostly post-game content. Maybe we'll take a sneak peek at the dungeon. I'll mull it over what the options are. I would like to get our character upgrades as soon as possible. So that might involve bum rushing one of the bonus dungeon bosses. So hopefully things will go okay. We have a lot of skits to go through. But I think we'll be focusing well, outside of just leaving the area and doing those skits, I think we'll focus on just unlocking the bonus dungeon first. Maybe that's what we'll do, chat. And we'll hold off on all of the other skits that have opened up, including the cameo battle, until we at least beat the first boss of the bonus dungeon. Then we'll definitely leave. I don't want to go any further. So, yeah, I'll reach out again to Kirk. We'll just make sure things are working. We'll just do a quick test before the stream. And if things look good, we'll just kind of jump into it. I mean, he could technically play through the bonus dungeon if he wants. But the enemies are a bit harder, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how Kirk feels. I don't want to put any pressure on him. We'll talk about it off stream. But in any case, I'd like to thank you all for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. The ending was mostly positive outside of Velvet's ending, honestly. So hopefully that put the chat in a good mood to end the day on. So just like, again, to thank you all for the comments throughout. And I'd like to wish you all a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.